Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me is my co-host, Nick Muley. And so I just got back from Memorial Day weekend vacation up in Wisconsin with the family, and hope you guys had as much fun with your Memorial Day weekend as I did. And so figured since we're taking a little bit of a break from the Friday the 13th franchise, and with summer just about to get started, I figured we'd dive into some shark movies since Shark Week is about to come up as well. And so I
No, it's a
decided
month
for
away.
what?
Still a month away, but yeah.
Yeah. And so I decided we should take a look at my second favorite shark movie, The Shallows, which was released in summer of 2016, starring Blake Lively, who is going against a 23-foot man-eater.
Which is not a big surprise, obviously, when it comes to certain, especially when they encounter a giant shark.
Oh yeah. Hey, hey,
Yeah, Don, I was gonna tell you, Jeremy's not actually saying that. You broadcast that under Jeremy's page.
Oh,
That comes up automatically.
oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I
I,
was.
I was
I
gonna
was thinking because I usually when these comments I just click and then read it when I come across that. I always didn't know what that was.
Yeah, this comes up automatically because it's under Jeremy's profile. I was gonna say that you're broadcasting on Jeremy's profile.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a
That's
little
more for
thrown
his
off.
profile. I mean, I think Jeremy would be fine, but for future references, I wouldn't
Right.
use that one.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was at first. Like, because I thought Jeremy was giving us a comment. That's why I did that. But okay.
No,
Anyway,
this license that comes up automatically.
okay, I got you. That's the first time that's ever happened on here. But yeah, like I remember first seeing the trailers for this. In fact, this is actually, to my knowledge, the earliest, like one of the first like movies that I did trailer reactions for on my YouTube channel back in 2016. Like
Oh,
this along with Krampus. This is when I was first just getting my channel started. So yeah, I'm very familiar with this film.
so it kind of traces back to your own, like to your roots when you first started your YouTube channel.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and after watching it again, this again recently, it's just as amazing and terrifying as it was when I first saw it in theaters. When we
Yeah.
first saw it in theaters.
Well, I was gonna say when we did, because we went to go see it.
Yep, that's what we did.
So
Oh yeah, this is another.
really, I just wanted to say very quickly, just in case anybody's wondering, like we're because I talked to you about it, Don. Is for anyone who's been wondering where Jill's been lately, she's taking a temporary hiatus as of right now because I spoke to her on the phone a few days ago. She's doing fine. She's just having some things that are going on with her family right now, but she will eventually bounce back. So, yeah, so she's taking a temporary hiatus, but she will come back eventually.
Yep. Until in the meantime, we'll just keep her on our prayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm sharing this out. I'm sharing this out too while we're on. But no, go ahead. Continue talking now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Jill, if you're watching this, we're hey, we're praying for you, and we're here for you. Whenever if you want to reach out, we're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. Anyway, so yeah, The Shallows, like I said, released in the summer 2016, and this is one that I felt like, like it was like distance trying to separate itself from other shark movies. Like this one, seemed like it was actually trying something different. Yeah, like a woman being a surfer being stranded on a rock, and there's a man-eater circling her. It doesn't follow those cliches that were introduced from Jaws. This is like something entirely original.
Right. And it also took place at a pretty legitimate location, which was off the coast of Mexico, which in reality that there usually are those areas. I think particularly the western side, I think if I'm correct, is a huge spot for where great white sharks are known to live and basically patrol. So even the area itself is quite legit to real great whites.
Oh yeah, even though this movie was primarily filmed in Australia, but yeah, I gotta say, the setting
Another
of this.
area for sharks too. Another big
Oh
area
yeah,
for gray whites too.
that's right. And yeah, this I just love the set, the production, the set, like this location that they had for this movie. This was like breathtaking. I mean, that's what the way their intention was with this. Like one of the messages in this film is that a place that looks like paradise, but it can be deceptive.
Yeah, and also one of those considering when you don't know what's obviously in the water with you.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You never know what will be lurking in the depths. And but a big theme about this is like having that. It really throws in that survival instinct. You know, it's not just like yeah, like keeping everybody out of the water. It's like no, you're like this is this is a woman who is like having conflicts with trying to finish medical school after she had just lost her mom to, I'm guessing, cancer, because she was looking through photos on her phone of her mom. Like one of them, she had like her mom had like a bandana on her head, implying that she had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of figured too.
Oh yeah, and the star of this film is Blake Lively, who plays Nancy in this, and she's like one of her biggest roles that I think was when she was in Gossip Girl, that hit TV show. She was the star of that, and then let's see what else was she in? Uh, oh yeah, she was in The Town, that Ben Affleck crime film, and also let's see, Green Lantern, which is where she met her husband Ryan Reynolds, who was majorly known for playing Deadpool, a much better superhero film than Green Lantern by far.
I've always said, like, when I see older movies that has Ryan Reynolds, and I always say this was big. That was prior to Deadpool. I always said I'll even say it same for Green Lantern, because sadly, unfortunately, I did see that one. But I always said that was basically Ryan Reynolds before he became Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, same goes for when he was in Amityville Horror Remake, and also
Another example.
yep, and let's see. Oh, and Blade Trinity.
Yeah, again, I was back before he was Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah. And now this, and now we're looking at this movie, which I always think of the Shallows as the movie where a shark is trying to munch on Deadpool's wife.
I honestly, at the time, I didn't even know that she was married to him. I'm not gonna lie,
No,
I had no idea.
yeah, they were married in like recent years at that time. You know, they met like I said, they met on the set of Green Lantern. You know, like their relationship is probably one of the very few good things that ever came out of the Green Lantern.
Oh wow,
Yeah, but
very interesting.
yeah, but yeah, I believe that I think they just had their fourth kid recently, back in February.
Oh, I didn't even know they had. I didn't even know they already had a few kids.
Oh yeah, they do. I believe when this movie was released, she was actually having their second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
oh yeah, they got a strong relationship, no doubt. You know, from what I've seen in interviews, those two are just great to awesome together, a real power couple.
Yeah. Oh, very. That's fascinating. I never knew that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Blake Lively plays Nancy, who is like a surfing. That's like her sport is surfing, and so she's been like taking a break from life, like going out on vacation to a solo. Well, it wasn't solo. She came with a friend who didn't show up at this beach, but anyway, a trip to Mexico to try to clear her head after, try to really get things together after the loss of her mom. She's trying to debate whether she should finish medical school, and yeah, this and she felt like surfing was just like her way to get away from it all. But then after surfing, she comes across a man-eating great white that is 23 feet long, and I gotta say, this great white. I know I've said in the past I'm not the biggest fan of CGI, but this is actually this shark in this instance was very nicely rendered. I really liked the effort that went into this shark.
It looked very detailed and very realistic, and honestly, they kind of made it somewhat accurate compared to real sharks, because they say the ironically enough largest gray white that we know of, to that has been documented, is 23 feet long. So they even went. I don't know if that was before or after that discovery, but they made it quite accurate too, based on the largest one that's ever been documented.
Oh yeah, and yeah, and I gotta say, like since this takes place in Mexico, I'm wondering if this had been inspired partially by the legend of Black Demon.
It
I'm
very well
sure.
could. Yeah, and it could be. I mean, I didn't see anything about anything involving the Black Demon. Um, but like I said, I know it is based off of an area that's known to be frequented by great whites,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
they want to talk at some point briefly talk about what the Black Demon is, because some of them may have never heard of the Black Demon.
Oh yes, we will certainly get to that. Yeah, and I wanted to mention this movie was directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, who was a Spanish American filmmaker who is primarily known for directing thrillers. Like his first movie that I've seen was the slasher thriller movie Orphan.
You know,
Yeah,
I know this is gonna sound really surprising. I have not to this day still seen Orphan, even though I should have.
you
I
should. It
know.
has a great plot. It has a good plot twist to it.
It came out basically like obviously when we were still in high school, and it's just crazy to think I still haven't seen it since then.
Oh yeah, I saw it like a year after it came out, and like this, it came out in 2009. I saw it a year later. Oh wait, no, I take that back. The first movie that I've seen, one of his movies that I've seen, was the remake of House of Wax back in 2005.
I've seen the original, I never seen the remake.
Yeah, the remake is just is decent for what it is. Yeah, it has a
Original one's
fairly, it
far
has,
better. Original one's
yeah,
far better, of course, because you got Vincent Price in that movie.
yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Oh, and let's see. Jaume Collet Serra. For frequently, he's worked with Liam Neeson. He's had him in what was it? Unknown, Nonstop, and The Commuter. So yeah, he really loves working with Liam Neeson. All of
Yeah.
those are all of those are fairly good action thrillers. And let's see, what has he done recently? Oh yeah, the Disney movie Jungle Cruise. That's one of his most recent works. And last year is when they released Black Adam, the DC superhero film with
Oh, really?
Dwayne Johnson. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he directed that as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so he's done some decent work. Like some people have mixed feelings about Black Adam, but I thought it was better than a few superhero movies. So
Hmm.
definitely more enjoyable than Green Lantern, I'll tell you that. But thinking about Green Lantern, I'm just thinking, oh man, Deadpool's way better than that film.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Deadpool 3. That's gonna be great.
I've been waiting for that. When is that supposed to come
Next year.
out? Next year.
They've they just started production on it.
Oh man, I'm just ready for the next one. I've been waiting for the last couple of years for this. Damn it.
Yeah, same here. Oh man. Wait. Oh, sorry. A pop up came up.
I was gonna say, it's just everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine. But yeah, Blake Lively's performance in this was absolutely just amazing. Like I always loved her energy that was put into this, and just like she really sold the character, made like her whole scenario like very for the most part believable. And to my knowledge, I believe that she actually was nominated at Teen Choice Awards for her performance in this. I think it was best actor in a summer film, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll have to look back at that. But she actually she left a good impression on audiences.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, what's
Hey,
going on,
Nikki.
Nikki? Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yes. Yeah. So this time we're talking about The Shallows. I know that we were originally going to do Piranha, but Nick has yet to see Piranha. But yeah, we're going to get to that. So we had to do something different for today. Let's see. So yeah, this movie, I love how it like us. Oh, Nick.
It's probably an emoji that she put on that. I've been learning that lately. I think when you can't see the comment, it might just be an emoji.
Oh no, emojis don't show up on here.
Some, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like. Oh no, it's actually a GIF, a
Oh,
GIF,
okay.
or whatever the hell you call it.
GIF. I know what you mean.
GIF, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it doesn't show up, unfortunately. That's what it is. It's not the emojis; it's the GIFs.
I gotcha. And so I liked how this movie like starts the way it was filmed. Like it starts off with a boy who comes across a helmet with a GoPro camera on it. One of these cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he looks at the footage. It was like a surfer who was in the water. He's underwater, and a shark just comes up and right at the screen, just munches down. And that then and you find out with the meaning behind that later on. Like, I just love the pacing of this film. Like, it throws in some things that will be introduced later, like it explains later. Let's see. And I'm trying to think.
Excuse me.
And so this, I'm wondering if I was clearly this film like over exaggerates highly about how aggressive a shark can really be. I mean, I'm sure sharks wouldn't take things personal, like the shark just lost focus in its latest kill. The giant whale that Nancy came across, and then just focus its attention on Nancy solely.
I think it's in some way it was an act that that she was invading its territory.
Yeah, it just went from being focused. I want this whale. I just killed it. It's oil is in the water, and then sees Nancy and just like, what the hell are you doing in my territory? Just it just immediately just became territorial. I'm just sometimes I wonder just how shark territoriality is what it's like in real life. Like,
it's hard to say, although I do know on some occasions sharks are known to sometimes fight for territory. So usually the biggest one wins, and the other one normally flees. Although there have been a few occasions where sometimes they have been killed if they refuse to leave. So
yeah,
you cannot really map out or mark out territory when it comes to sharks. They basically choose it for themselves.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, this shark was just proving itself to be an apex predator, having no enemies in its area, and that that whale entered its territory, did away with him like that.
Now,
Even
if it was a killer whale, it would be the opposite effect, because we know that's the only thing that's really kind of the apex for the gray white shark.
great whites usually normally have just two natural enemies: the orca whales and man.
Yeah, and what makes matters worse is when orcas eventually get gray whites, they basically take over the territory that they once claimed. So it's kind of a dark side also with orcas, but in this case, obviously, it wasn't an orca; it was like a giant. Well, like what was it, like a blue whale or a sperm whale of some sort?
I think it was a. Let's see. Trying to remember what kind of whale I saw.
Pickle Tom for
Tom.
the house. Yes,
Hey,
Tom.
Tom.
My hair has been cut. Yep.
Yep. So is mine.
You cut yours too?
Yep.
When did you get yours cut?
Today.
Today. Oh, so yours is fresh. I got mine cut. That was on Saturday, I believe. I got it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Tom. Would you like to join us in this? I can send you a link. Like, if you've seen The Shallows, you're free to join us on the studio.
Just remember to bring a pickle with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yours is still growing long.
Nice.
Give him a second. He's probably typing right now.
Okay.
But you know what? But continue talking though while we're waiting for. Oh wait. Oh, he hasn't seen it.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, yeah, Tom. Next week we're planning on doing an episode focusing on the 1978 film Piranha. Like, if you've seen that, you're free to join us on that as well in the studio, if you've seen that.
We need to find him a movie to watch that
Yes.
involves killer pickles in it. Well, you know what? I ought to look that up right now.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, a movie about killer pickles, but maybe it has been done. Hey, there's a movie about killer tomatoes, so why? Hey, there's a movie about killer tomatoes, so why stop there?
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I could, you know, I just looked it up, and the first thing that just popped up is unsurprising. It's something involving Pickle Rick. I'm not joking. That's the first Google image that popped up, and I just typed in movie involving killer pickles.
Nice. Oh yeah, and seeing Attack of the Killer Pickles. Oh man,
that's a good title, actually.
Attack of the Killer Pickles.
Attack of
Oh,
that's funny.
it is. Here, hang on. And also, one thing I noticed in this that this is something that's frequently done in Jaume Corey Serra's movies. Like, I don't know, notice that there's this unique thing that he does when it comes to people looking at their phones. Like this is one shot where Blake Lively's looking at the where Nancy's looking at a picture of her mom on her phone, and it's displaying on the side what she's seeing on her phone, like scrolling through it and everything, instead of them filming like over the shoulder shot of her looking at her phone like we normally see in movies. No, instead they're displaying what she's seeing like right here.
Right.
Yeah, and the same thing happens when she's FaceTiming with her sister. It does the exact same thing.
Yep.
Displaying what we're seeing on the screen. You know, they did the same thing in Nonstop when Liam Neeson is looking through a phone and he's scrolling through texts. It's showing on like on part of the screen of the movie screen what he's seeing on the phone. So yeah, I gotta say that actually is a fairly unique like filming technique. I did like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, and
yeah,
Tom, by the way, said this. We need to make this movie of Attack of the Killer Pickles.
Where we hopefully we'll have the budget for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's see. I think I got some spare change up there for it.
Tom could do the voice acting basically because it's not say you can make him sound like Pickle Rick.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Yeah, you can be the voice actor, Tom.
There you go. Oh yeah, and also good use of cinematography for this was just the lighting, the color, everything. Like where it depicts the mood of like Nancy's mood for the film. Like where in the beginning when she first gets to the beach, it's all bright, colorful, it just looks like paradise. But as the shark attacks her, and then like she in more situations to just mount up, like everything just becomes dire. The sky gets grayer. You know, like this is actually really did good use of that cinematography right there.
It gave that eerie atmosphere. Like you can tell it was a precursor to something else, something that was going to happen that was going to be bad. Yes. And again, that's a really good way that they were able to really kind of set the stage for it.
Set the atmosphere. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Like,
yeah,
yes,
could totally do the Rick voice.
Hey Morty. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, Tom could do it better than you and I could.
I am.
Because he can also do the burps too and stuff like that.
And hey Nick, I actually am able to do I just picked up a new voice. So you know the movie Beetlejuice, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I discovered that by altering, Tim Curry's Pennywise voice, Pennywise the dancing clown, and by giving it a little bit of a southern accent to it, I could be Beetlejuice. You like it?
That's good. And of course, Rick. Yeah, of course he could do Morty too. I could do a little bit of Morty's voice, but I can't really do most of it.
Oh, man. That's nice, Tom. That's awesome. Oh, man. Oh. But yeah, surfing in real life, a lot of people are like sharks are like probably the number one reason why people are afraid of surfing because like yeah, like that's the thing. Like when surfing like ages okay. Here, let's send him a link, have him do it.
Yeah.
Share a thing. But yeah, like there used to be a time where like I think like the size of the surfboards, the way they decreased in size over the years could have an effect on like why shark attacks are more frequent. And who's this?
I wanted to surprise you. We got Nikki on. Hey Nikki.
Hey Nikki.
How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you? How you doing? Hey.
Great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Glad to have you on.
Oh man. Sorry, I'm trying to send a link. Also, I'm trying to. Did you send a link to Tom too, or?
Sorry, I forgot
I was,
to
gonna,
call in the
I was
conversation.
probably going to send it to him.
Oh, I got caught up in the conversation. I'm sorry.
I got it. I got you.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. So Nikki, have you seen The Shallows?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Oh yeah, because I was just
Nick, have you
saying
seen
that
it?
we saw it together in theaters. Yeah, back in 2016.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
Quite
man.
intense when you
Crazy.
see it. When you see it at the theater.
Oh yeah, it was a great experience seeing this in theaters. You know, like IMAX. You know, like the sound is more intense. It was, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said. I mean, it really. I like the fact again how it's like it kind of based it off in two different areas where they're known to be frequented by great white sharks. I mean, there's just some kind of accuracy involved for a film like that.
Yeah, some accuracies in this film I do find somewhat
I really liked
questionable.
it. It was
Especially,
really good.
yeah, like there's actually like, oh yeah, it was good. There is like one point where like after like Nancy, well, like when she is attacked by the shark after coming across that whale carcass, yeah, like when the amount of blood that was lost that was depicted in there, and all that, you know, the water turning red. I feel like this kind of blood loss. Wouldn't somebody die from this? Right? They did that in there, losing that much blood. I'm just saying, like,
If they don't get the medical attention that they need.
yeah, totally. I mean, they just said the way the blood loss was depicted, the amount of blood shown in the water, that losing that much would probably cause death, more than likely.
Yeah,
and
For sure.
yeah, and also the way it's like this character, you know, Nancy. Like what I love is how she's always like thinking about what she should do next. She's always like improvising things. Like so they like starting off with the way she attempted to patch up her her shark bites with parts of her earrings and necklace,
that
and
was
not sure
painful.
but not sure if that would be really that efficient in real life, but. You know, suspension of, with the suspension of disbelief, that actually was a pretty good scene. You know, it was both, you know, unnerving, but at the same time, it's like, wow, she's really using her brain on this.
It was an act of survival.
Yes, it really. Yeah, I just love the whole. She's always thinking on her feet and always has that survival instinct. You know, I do love that in characters because I see all kinds of horror movies and thrillers. You know, time and time again, we get main characters who do make some dumb decisions, but not this time. You know, I'm glad to see it, and it was really nice to see a smart lead in this.
Although, unfortunately, the scariest thing is, and you see this time and time again, especially with real shark attacks, it's such things like that really have happened, where sometimes people have actually been stuck, been seriously injured, you know, or even went as far as they have them losing a limb and they're forced to stay on a rock or something until help can eventually arrive. So that's kind of the scariest thing about when it comes to these shark attacks.
Oh yeah,
you know, they can be very, very serious.
They can.
We had one.
Oh, did you guys recently had one? Was it recent?
Yeah. So she was on a jet ski in a river, and she thought it was a dolphin, but it was actually a shark. And yeah.
Was it a gray white or?
But yeah, she ended up passing away on the scene. So.
Oh man,
she was 16.
Oh geez.
Oh man, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, here, Tom.
Big old Tom's in the house.
Hey, what's going on? Let me turn off all my other tabs so I don't hear an echo. Here, there we go.
Okay.
I didn't hear an echo when you first.
No, I did because I already had the show playing. So.
I gotta ask, is that a new sign above you? I did not see that previously.
Imagine that. Look, this is Tom's World.
I love it. That's awesome.
My sister's stepson made that for me. Him and his wife.
That's cool.
Oh, that's custom made.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's awesome. It was like a super surprise that I got on Easter Day. My sister called me up and she's like, "Listen, I need you to come over. I got something for you." And I had just recently sold my previous car to my sister, and I thought she was just giving me stuff out of the trunk. I was like, oh, all right, yeah, I guess I'll come over. And then I got this. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is this?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really well done. Kudos to them for making that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love those guys.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to start featuring that in your video, by the way.
This has been in every live video since I got.
Oh, it hasn't. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, yeah, you definitely need to start including that on your
on my channel when I do the live videos. I put the link up for their what the hell social media are they on? Instagram.
Okay.
There you go.
I had to think about it. Plex Studios, I think it's called. So look them up.
I've heard of that.
Really?
For sure.
Wow.
I think I've heard of that.
Wow, they're getting some grand then. If you heard it out there, like all the way out there,
And yeah, I kind of added something new recently to my background as well. This on air sign. Yeah. Some relatives of mine. Some relatives of mine gave that to me. Yeah, as a switch to it.
Oh, just lost Nikki. It was probably connection. She'll come back on.
Yeah, she'll come back.
Yeah, it's happened before, as you know.
You should have that on the outside of the door of that room that you're in. That way, people know. Like, look. Don't I'm
considering that.
Yeah, you should do that.
Just hopefully my condo will allow that, and I'm just hoping nobody steals it off of there.
Right.
Yeah. But, right. Yeah. Because I know it's unlikely, but people steal anything these days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, they do. That's how it works.
They even sometimes go as far as to stealing a pickle.
I know. So sometimes I've been stolen. I mean, listen. Oh my God, Rick! I don't know what to do. Listen, Maury, all you got to do is just put me in a safe place. Maury.
Oh my God!
I don't
know. Incredible, man.
Doesn't disappoint me at all.
I can't believe you cut your hair though. That's weird.
My mom wanted to have it cut. Well,
here I am growing mine out.
There's a very.
Look, I can do pigtails now, man.
Nice.
There's a very important family event coming up this upcoming Saturday, and my mom wanted it to get cut. I really trust me. I really didn't. I was kind of stuck.
I know you had a puberty moment. I get it. It happens.
Here she's back.
Okay,
there we go. You good?
Oh well, welcome back.
I'm still here. Just gotta love technology.
Yeah.
I know technology. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, like I said, today we're discussing The Shallows, and this. I was just telling Nick before. This movie has a pretty unique premise as far as shark movies go. I mean, being isolated on a rock, and there's a 23-foot man-eater circling the area. This thing is. Wait, Don and Nick. My hair's not long.
Well, watch out, for she'll chew you up. She's a man-eater.
Oh man! But one of the most unique aspects of this film is that what?
I don't
know. What's going on?
Nothing, Don. Never mind. Continue on.
Okay. And one very unique aspect of The Shallows is that it primarily focuses on just one central character. Where in this case, Blake Lively's character Nancy, the movie focuses on her for roughly 90% of the movie, by my calculations, like just one character. But there are several other examples of this in films. Like one of the biggest was Tom Hanks in Castaway, movie focused on one character. And let's see, other examples are
Wilson. Don't forget Wilson, though.
Wilson.
Wilson. I'm sorry, Wilson.
I'm sorry.
right.
I always
And let's
thought
see.
that was meant to
Also,
be. I always thought that scene was meant to be funny. I didn't realize it was actually considered a tragic scene.
Right. It was kind of comical, actually.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought it was funny.
But I mean, if
Yeah.
you got Tom Hanks, it's going to be comical. You know, it's well.
well,
I just like when he yells out, especially that one with "Well done."
yeah. And let's see. What's another? Oh, yeah. Another example is Will Smith and I Am Legend. What?
You know what?
Yeah.
I was actually just talking about that movie just a few days ago with who did I talk about that with? Oh, I think it might have. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I think it was on a different show. It was on Frighteners when I told you about that guy that we're going to try to get on at some point, Don Jason Boyd. We were talking about that movie on the Frighteners.
Oh, yeah. If we do that movie, we'll definitely have him on.
Yeah. He might want to talk about other movies too, because I mean, seriously, he is a huge fan. Like just like Adam, other Adam. I mean, he's and Joe. I mean, he's really great chatting with. So we'll have to have him on at some point.
Yeah, real soon. Real soon we'll have him on. Yeah, I just got to figure out a movie for this summer that he has seen. We'll have him on for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, another one I wanted to mention. As far as a movie centralizing on one character for the most part, let's see. I think it was James Franco in 127 Hours.
Yep. There's that one too.
One. Yeah, like that. So yeah, like I always do like movies like that just take that kind of a unique approach. Where you usually in movies you see tons of characters you got to focus on, but here it's just like surfer versus shark. Yeah. So and here. Sarah, I like a comment that Sarah's saying. Having a girl confront a pissed off shark, parents will do anything to make sure their kid goes to medical school. Yeah, I think it's more of fate that was making her, face the shark and go through medical school because her father when Nancy FaceTimed her father and her sister before she went off to surf one last time, right before confronting the shark, her dad said that like her recently deceased mom, that Nancy is a fighter, and I'm thinking, yep, Nancy's going to be a fighter in ways that she could not imagine real soon, and just within minutes after that, she was attacked by the shark, and all hell breaks loose.
Right. Very quickly, I just want to point this out for Nikki. Nikki, I just looked up, by the way, the article that you were telling us about, the shark attack that occurred recently. Yeah, it's shark. It was mauled. Jeez, unbelievable. It doesn't say though, like what kind of shark it was.
I have school friends.
Really?
Yeah,
That's Dom.
They have no idea.
Dom? Oh, Dom.
Yeah. Here, let me silence that.
Could be me.
I just found the article. It says a teenager has died in Perth, Australia after being attacked by a shark. Police said the girl may have jumped in the water to swim with dolphins. 16 years old. Holy.
Yeah, that's what Nikki said. She was only 16. Unfortunately, she was mauled. But it's really surprising. It doesn't say what type of shark it is, though. I wouldn't be surprised because, again, being off of Australia, I would have figured it would have been either a gray white or even possibly a tiger shark. Bull sharks are also known to swim that area too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, both sharks are known to be aggressive. Like those and also here we get bull sharks, which can actually swim in both fresh and salt water.
Including
not to be confused with bullshit.
Including, of course, the Mississippi River. We got them here. Yeah, they're actually sometimes they're actually considered far more dangerous than gray whites are. Because again, I remember an old Shark Week documentary saying that it's the shark that seems to go anywhere. Because again, like you said, it can survive both in fresh and salt water. The only species of shark of its kind that has that ability.
Well, it has many teeth, dear.
Yeah.
According to the song. The shark has many teeth, dear.
Oh man. But I mean, it's true. They actually do spot bull sharks in the Mississippi River sometimes.
Well, that's bull shark.
yeah.
I know what he's actually trying to say. Bull shark.
Bull
being mauled
shark,
by a-
man. That's just
Oh.
bull shark.
Yeah, that is true, Sarah, of what you're saying, because it is true. They go through thousands of teeth that are always replaced very quickly.
Yeah, they have many rows of teeth. Like
Yeah.
most sharks do. They have like rows and rows of teeth.
They do 2 or 3 rows of teeth. I mean, like sharks, they lose teeth all the time. That's why you find them like washed up on shore sometimes, like very often.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah, because they'll replace them
And
like
sometimes
super
they
quick.
can be like this big. I mean,
Oh yeah, they are. They can
Yeah.
get really big. And I actually remember when I was very young. Unfortunately, it's been lost ever since. But somebody gave me a gift like with one of those, like with a necklace with a tooth on it, and the tooth was revealed to be that from a tiger shark.
I had an entire set of
Yeah.
shark jaws at one point.
Oh,
Probably like 20 years ago. My uncle brought it back from Florida
Oh wow.
and gave it to me. I have no idea what happened to them. They're around somewhere.
You know what, Tom, you ought to do an episode of This Is Tom's World. Like try to look for sharks. That'd be a good special episode of This Is Tom's
Hey,
World.
look, we're looking for sharks, and you know, I can't find any of them right now. Oh, we can't. We're looking for sharks. Hey, look, Morty, you need to shut up. I'm sorry. Man, I went in the whole Rick and Morty thing there.
Rick and Morty mode. Nice. Hey,
Mhm.
if Justin Roiland does not come back to voice Rick and Morty, you should do it.
Yeah.
But listen, there is another guy that's on TikTok that like does the voices like to a T.
Yeah.
I've watched him quite a bit, and I think they're gearing him to actually take over.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, like
I mean, he
there was-
does them like
Oh, cool.
perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it.
Well, I believe it too. I mean, hey, it wouldn't be the first time that a show has looked for someone like on YouTube or TikTok to replace a voice actor. Like when the voice actor stepped down from Cleveland and Family Guy, there was a YouTuber named there was a YouTuber named nice. Yeah, there's a YouTuber named Azrez who has been doing that voice among
I
many other
love
voices for
Azrez.
years. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He does so many voices. He does he I mean, he does Trump, he does Obama, he does and he does it in gameplay too.
Yeah.
Like while he's doing like you know, Call of Duty and stuff like that. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing what he does on there. He just goes on and it's just like, yes, this is Donald J. Trump playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Listen, let me tell you something right now.
That's funny.
my name is Obama, and I am playing Call of Duty, and he does. I don't know. I can't do all the voices he does, but like they are like dead on.
Yeah, he's amazing. But anyway, so yeah, like we were discussing earlier, like like sometimes like very often in movies we see like things that are not realistically depicted when it comes to like people surviving injuries. Like the amount of like blood loss we were discussing, that like the way that Nancy was attacked by the shark and shows like everything around her is red. I mean, the amount of blood loss there would more than likely cause death in real life.
It should have severed an artery, at least in her leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would, because that's the thing. People like typically die from shark attacks from blood loss because those teeth, they get into certain arteries where people could bleed to death like that. You know, like
that's
the-
nasty.
Yeah.
oh yeah, like
I've seen videos like that, obviously, on Shark Week.
oh yeah, like arteries, they can do like damaging an artery is like more serious than a lot of people realize. Like there's the carotid artery in the neck, which is the artery that pumps blood from the heart to the brain. Something happens to that artery and somebody could be dead within seconds. So
Sarah's
yeah,
got a question here. What is the worst type of sharks you guys think?
for me, the worst is baby shark.
I don't know what that last part is.
Baby shark
I've never heard of this. I mean, that
What,
part.
you never heard that? Okay, you've clearly never been around kids then, Nick.
Wow. You've never heard of baby sharks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, like seriously, Nick, my niece and nephew were obsessed with Baby Shark when it first came out. Like, they were like dancing to it, like when they were like 2 years old. And I'm just
Mommy
like,
shark do 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 do.
I'm
Mommy
sorry,
shark
I
do
just
do
never
do.
heard of that.
how have you not heard of it?
My
That's like-
kid, listen, my kid is 26 years old at this point, but I knew that song.
exactly.
Like, how
like,
old are you, Nick?
I'm 30.
So you're not that far off from my son. How the hell do
Yeah.
you not know that?
I really I don't know. I really don't know why.
Yeah, I mean,
I really don't understand.
oh, they're playing it.
I know it's a little bit hard to hear if I can hear it though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean I have heard of a
Couples
different,
it.
well, you know what? I did hear of a different song that involves sharks, and that's Jimmy Buffett's song Fins, if that counts.
Well,
It does deal with
know.
sharks in it.
I know, like when Baby Shark came out, like I've heard like so many people, like parents usually complaining that their kid are playing it nonstop, and I'm just thinking, hey, parents, if you're annoyed with Baby Shark, here's the solution: show your kid Jaws. Yeah, just show them Jaws and tell them that's what Baby Shark grows up to be. Done.
done.
But to answer Sarah's question, I mean, at least for me, I would say the worst type. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I would go between the gray white or like I said, the bull shark.
Yeah, great white definitely has that kind of reputation, especially for after like because Jaws came out. Jaws was about a great white that was attacking people, and it left that kind of impression on the world that great whites are man-eaters. And this movie had that kind of impact where people are like hunting more sharks than usual. Like because ever since this movie came out, great whites have become much more and more endangered.
Unfortunately, yes. But you know what? Even when
they were more aggressive, though, too. I mean,
they are aggressive, but they've discovered, obviously a lot of times when these shark attacks occur, especially involving great whites, it's a case of mistaken identity, because especially when they're surfing, because from below, when you see the wait, hang on 1 second. I think my mom's calling.
oh no.
Uh-oh.
Mom.
Oh, never mind. I thought she was.
Music.
No, it's usually a case of like when people are surfing, from below.
It looks like a Twinkie. Just
hanging in. Not only that, it also looks. It kind of resembles the shape of a seal, which is a gray white's main food source. So it's usually, but it's not only just. I know that line. But it's not even just Jaws that
fish are friends, not food.
It's not only just Jaws that
it's Finding Nemo
inspired these killings of gray whites. If you look, most people don't seem to know this, but Jaws actually does kind of have partially a true story to that. Involved the Jersey Shore attacks of 1916, and here's
that goes back to the Kardashians. I'm sorry.
No, what I was going to say was those were involving like 3 or 4 shark attacks that occurred on the Jersey Shore during the summer of 1916, and those were the attacks that inspired the movie Jaws. But just like as a result of the movie, just like the result of the movie, they often went after gray white sharks that basically attack and kill because they thought originally that gray whites were responsible, because in 1916, everybody, in the early days of shark research, people thought the only true man-eater was the gray white shark. We now know today that obviously the bull shark was actually the one responsible for these attacks, because they again occurred in lakes and rivers on the Jersey Shore, but they weren't considered dangerous in those days.
Oh, here, Sarah's asking, what would you do if you were in the water with a shark? I have been in the water with a shark.
I've got the rock and roll version.
Yep. I've been in the water.
I would hug him.
You'd hug one?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Everybody loves a hug.
Yeah.
It's
so, Nikki, what were you going to say?
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick. I think we cut you off. What were you going to say?
I said I'd punch it in the face or punch it in the gills.
That could work. And
actually, I think you're supposed to reach for the. I think you're supposed to reach for the eye.
The eye or the gill, one of the two.
It depends on the shark. I mean, they say it depends on the size of the shark. I mean, they actually usually say, don't ever punch like a large. I mean, for a smaller shark, yes. When it comes to the gills, yes, you reach for it, but don't ever try, doing. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. That's actually one thing you don't want to do is punch on the nose. For a smaller shark, yes. For a larger one like a great white, don't, because that's just going to trigger a more aggressive reaction. So, yeah, it's either you try to hit it in the eye or you try to reach for its gills.
Pull its eye out, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, just like Pai Mei from Kill Bill Volume 2, just like that.
My dad loves those movies.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I actually did have a brief encounter with a shark when I was 16.
You never told me about that.
Yeah, I think I did on the podcast once before, but yeah, it was a not as bad as you would think. It was an encounter with a much more harmless kind of shark. It was it was a leopard shark. I know that because I saw spots on it.
Yeah, leopards.
So, yeah, leopard shark, and
it just called leopard shark.
Yep, it just went towards me. I looked at him. He froze for a second. Then after a split second, just darted back off. Because then when I saw that happen, I just knew that not all sharks are out to get you. Yeah. So.
There was one time I remember back. Ironically enough, this was the only time I've ever traveled, beyond the U.S. border. This was about 15 years ago, and we had taken a cruise down to Mexico and also Jamaica, and one of the stops we had in Mexico. And one of the stops we made in Mexico, my dad, he rented. I was 15 at the time, so my dad he rented a jet ski. So I rode with him on the jet ski, and we were probably about a good 2 or 3 miles from shore. Now we did have a guy with a lifeguard with us to keep an eye on us to make sure we didn't get caught in a rip current or jellyfish or in this case sharks. So. Yeah. We were going across. We were going at high speed, and all of a sudden we hit basically a thrust, more of a thrust than a wave, and it hit the jet ski so hard that it literally my dad and I we literally flew into the air, probably about 6-7 feet into the air, and landed right in the water. And I started freaking out because here's the thing: it was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock it wasn't dark yet, obviously, because again, this was during spring. At least for this area of the world, for Mexico, it was still bright out. And considering we were really far out from shore, I started freaking out because I really feared, because again, I knew about sharks, obviously, in this area. So I didn't realize at the time I was making one mistake that could have gotten sharks' attention. I was kind of having a panic attack. So I was kicking in the water, and that's something you don't want to do because, again, from a shark's point of view, that looks like struggling fish.
It looks like a baby seal just flailing around.
Well, there's one thing I also made sure. There was one thing I made sure not to do because I did not want. You always hear that term, of course. Don't look down. I didn't look down below us because I didn't want to see either a shark's face coming right towards me or there's tons of them circling around us. I did not look down. I didn't want to see. I kind of, and you know what, Tom, it's funny. There were times that when we were in the water, I actually had the theme song running in my head, thinking, "Oh God, this is going to be just it's going to be heading up just like
my God."
So, I mean, fortunately, it only lasted. I think we were only in the water for 2 minutes. We tried climbing back up onto the jet ski, but then at one point we fell back in. But eventually we got back on, and we got the hell out of there. I thought, okay, that's enough.
There you go. And Nick, you mentioned Nick, you mentioned jellyfish earlier, but Yeah, you mentioned jellyfish earlier because that's like the only thing that ever got me out of the water. Because and that's the very same beach where I encountered that shark. It's like if a shark encounters me and darts off, then it's like I got nothing to worry about. But there was one time where I walked through the water and I was almost like this close, inches away from stepping on a jellyfish. And yeah, let's see. Shark, yeah, like that's the thing. I could handle that leopard shark, but when I saw that jellyfish, I was like, "That's it. I'm out of here."
That would have been bad.
Damn
I'm going
horseshoe crabs.
Yeah, I'm going back to the beach.
That you would have been in a world of hurt because there's as of now there's no.
Look, somebody would have had to pee on your leg.
Oh God!
They actually say no. They
That's the only remedy.
No, that's actually considered an old wives. They actually say that's considered an old wives' tale. Don't ever do that. That actually will just irritate it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Now,
Well,
the more you know.
Whoops, my bad.
oh man, yeah, because jellyfish can be bad, especially the Australian box jellyfish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is like one of the
So
worst.
They
when
hurt
you're in
like a
Australia,
bitch.
make sure.
Sorry, I did big swear, but
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I've heard all kinds of horror stories about those things. You know, they're the most venomous animal on the planet. One sting from that, and you're dead within an hour.
Just ask Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
No, that was a
Yep.
stingray.
Don't
Even do that. That was different. Stop.
That was a
Stingray.
stingray.
Yeah. And another one final jellyfish I can think of, which is ironically enough is also off Australia, is what's known as the Irukandji. Those things are barely visible. I mean, they're like only a foot long, but despite its very small size, they could pack a lethal punch. I mean,
They sound like somebody you'd really want to party with, though.
there was actually
Yeah, man, we're with the Irukandji, man.
There was actually, I remember many years ago on National Geographic, they actually interviewed somebody who had been stung by Irukandji. He was actually searching for sea cucumbers, and when he jumped into the water, I mean, he
came
said
across sea eggplants.
No, actually, no. What I was going to say was he had jumped he had jumped in the water, and he said immediately he had felt thousands of stings. I mean, and he didn't realize, because these tiny jellyfish are nearly invisible in the water, it's believed that he may have swam into an entire swarm. And he said he couldn't understand what was going on. He said he looked down at his legs, and his legs were just going crazy. It was almost like they had a mind of their own. And they pulled him out of the water, but he said that he also was suffering the bends, which, of course, the bends can be painful and potentially fatal. They were about like 50, 60 miles from shore when this happened. I mean, they were able to eventually get into a hospital, but he never went in the water after that, especially because, I mean, honestly, I'm really surprised he survived, especially being stung by a swarm of these Irukandjis.
Man. Yeah, that's rough, man.
yeah, they hurt.
Yeah, never underestimate them, especially the smaller ones.
Oh yeah. Oh here. Maybe it didn't want to chew through the cell patch. She's referring to when we were talking about how I encountered a leopard shark earlier, and it just ran off of me. And yeah, I had a soul patch back then.
Hang on 1 sec. I think Nikki's trying to show.
I got a full goatee going. But
Can you show that again? Can you show that again, Nikki? It was kind of frozen on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah, her camera is kind of freezing up.
Can you say it?
No.
You're up. Yep, there we go. There we go.
Oh, it's that jellyfish.
Yep, that's the Irukandji jellyfish.
Yeah, it looks like a man of war.
Kind of does, yeah.
Like a
But those
witch.
things, they can really cause some damage to you.
Oh yeah.
And I think honestly, that's even worse than the box jellyfish again, because of how small they are.
Watch me stick my finger up his ass and really piss him off. Sorry, that was a South Park moment.
Oh, of course.
But there actually are jellyfish in this movie, like because
that's
there
right.
was there's a point where Nancy.
Oh, there's a movie
Blake
we're talking about. That's right.
Yep, where Nancy and Blake Lively's character Nancy, she's decides, okay, I got to get off this rock before the tide rises because the shark is still out there. So she tries to go for this buoy that that has like I'm guessing she thinks that there's like emergency stuff on there. Like she is right about that. There's a flare gun on there, but there is one problem. There's a major obstacle in front of her, and that's a whole school of jellyfish that had just moved over there. But thing is, she has to go through them because the shark won't go through them. It's afraid of being stung by jellyfish. So she goes through, and it shows her getting stung once or twice by jellyfish, like in the arm.
Yeah,
And
it's
oh
painful to
man,
watch
that was
like, because you
crazy.
hear like
Dude.
like oh god, the manassist they call them.
She just goes through it like a brave soldier with a big ass chin, like Bruce Campbell. Just
Yeah,
she's a fighter. I mean, yeah, Blake Lively, she did an amazing job playing a true survivor, a fighter in this. And and also, and Blake Lively, I felt bad for her because she actually was injured on set when she did the buoy scene where the buoy was like moving back and forth. And the injury that you see on her face was actually real. Like, because she was hit on the buoy, like caused a cut on her face and also a bloody nose. In fact, let me or not here. Let me see. I actually do have an article on this. Let's see. Let me pull this section up right here. Hang on, 1 second. Let's see. 1 second.
He's gonna.
Oh, here it is.
oh my god,
here it is. It's on ScreenRant.com. It says here, near the end of the shallows, Blake Lively's Nancy is clinging for dear life on a buoy. The shark charges and attacks. Nancy gets knocked off. She quickly scrambles back onto the buoy, but while pulling herself up, smacks her face into the metal structure, complete with a bonking sound that you actually see in the movie, an actual injury. And from that point on, her nose is visibly broken and bloody, and there's a large gash on the side of her face. Turns out her face hitting the buoy wasn't scripted, and the injury on the film was real. And so, yeah, this is not the first, this is just one of the several examples of like what happens when, people who do their own stunts in movies, it does not come without risk. Because I believe one of the biggest examples that I remember of that is when Sylvester Stallone, when he was doing the movie First Blood, when he first played Rambo, there was a stunt where there was a stunt that involved him jumping off of a cliff, jumping down onto a tree. And right when he hits a tree branch, and this was shown in the movie, they kept this like on camera in the movie, where he hits the branch, he's crying out in pain because Sylvester Stallone in real life, he broke a rib when he did that stunt.
Yikes.
Yeah, and they kept that in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're gonna do stunts, then you got to be careful.
Guys, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I should show it, but I'll show it to you guys after. Nikki actually just.
No, you can post it.
Yeah, it's You guys want to see something really crazy involving jellyfish? It's nothing graphic or anything, but it's nuts. You guys got to see this.
Okay.
It's all right. Be ready for it. Be ready for it. Here it is.
Give it to me.
Look at this.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Is he
nuts? What the hell are you thinking?
Is this guy stupid?
I'm just
on
glad
his tongue.
Are
you?
You?
Yeah,
yes.
On the tongue. Are you serious?
That is just absolutely crazy. Yeah.
That is so dumb. That is incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're just asking for it then.
Pretty much. It kind of. I can't even. I'm not sure if the credit word even exists to describe just how dumb that is.
I mean, seriously, if you really think that it's okay to seriously, if you really think that it's okay to like pick up a jellyfish and put it close to your tongue and not think anything's going to happen to you, I mean, you get what you get on it. Just put it on your tongue.
You might have one hell of a trip.
Natural selection at work. So wait, I just looked at your other message. So Nikki, you've been stung 3 times on the leg by one?
Yep. So my husband bought a SUV, you guys would call it, or a truck, and we decided to go 4-wheel driving on a beach, and we got bogged. And I just bush and didn't realize I stepped in a whole bunch of blue bottles.
Oh man!
And got stung 3 times.
That must have been. I'm sure that the pain has gone
like a witch.
Yeah. I was gonna say that
Oh.
the pain had to be more than what words could say.
Great, the green. Woo!
Man, that's rough.
Yep, the good old green.
Yeah, let's see what.
I thought childbirth was painful. Woo!
No, I've heard this is even worse.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, like I've never been stung by a
Yeah, no.
jellyfish. I mean, I came close to being stung by a jellyfish,
And then
but
you almost-
yeah, from what I've heard, it's
My grandfather was once stung by one, and he actually did see it. This one, I mean, I don't know where it was, but he said he told me before he passed away it was like a, I don't know exactly what species, like which type it was, but he said it was kind of like a red colored one.
Shit, I wish somebody peed on me.
That doesn't work.
nope. Yeah, they don't teach
Doesn't
that
work.
anymore because no, it doesn't.
Vinegar.
Yeah. So everything you see in movies and shows about that, you've been lied to.
There's actually
it was on Friends,
Yeah.
so it must be true.
there's actually a show I remember. I was on the, ironically enough, on the Weather Channel, a show called "Do You Think You'd Survive?" So you think you'd survive, and that basically and they did a segment on what happens if you get stung by a jellyfish.
And the ammonia in the pee doesn't help at all.
It doesn't work. I mean, there have been people who've tried.
Damn it!
that.
Friends lied to me.
Yeah, they lied to you. Like
What
I said,
the
and
hell?
That's like considered an old wives' tale.
Yeah, it's just a myth. But yeah, but
a myth. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, one medical
I'm
thing
sorry.
that was accurate in this movie was like after Nancy's been bitten by the shark and like applies the tourniquet. What is true is that you have to release the tourniquet like every once in a while to let the blood flow go through the limb. Otherwise, there's the risk of gangrene. So yeah, so as far as medical accuracy, I know that I criticized a little bit about how legitimate the whole makeshift stitching is with the use of her earring and necklaces was, but yeah, like I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to like help her put her medical, like what she learned in med school to use in these scenarios. But yeah, like the whole tourniquet thing, yeah, that part is accurate.
Wow. It actually, I just looked it up, by the way. Yeah, they say that, as far as like it says urinating on a jellyfish sting, it's there's no evidence that this method works. They say that it actually may even worsen the sting. The one thing and they also say don't ever use vinegar either. So they say the best thing to do is keep the affected skin immersed or in a hot shower until the pain eases, which might be a good 20 to 45 minutes.
Well, it's kind of hard to have a hot shower around on the beach.
Yeah, well, if you're able to like get medical attention, or if you're nearby like a hotel or something, that's they also do say too that apply 0.5% to 1% of hydrocortisone cream or ointment twice a day.
Right. You got to make sure you get the exact numbers right, because if you go one little like number over or under, then
then that will irritate it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are certain ointments that you do have to apply. That's right.
Apply carefully.
Yes. And oh yeah, there was like let's see. Oh yeah, one point in the movie that where there was just this one character that you don't feel sorry for at all, and that was the guy who was like a drunk on the beach who that Nancy was trying to call out to after she had spent the night on that rock. And this drunkard was not interested. Was the only thing he was interested in is the backpack that Nancy left on the shore, like taking her stuff, including the cell phone that she put in his pocket. But then decides, oh, I'm going to go after the surfboard that's in the water. So you're going in the water with a cell phone in your pocket, a cell phone that you want to steal, possibly sell. So you're damaging.
And they were all waterproof back then. Yeah.
No, they weren't waterproof back then.
No, they weren't. No.
So, but this guy was clearly intoxicated, so obviously he's not using his head. And he clearly wasn't using his head when he went in the water after she was crying out there's a shark in there. And then he ends up getting ripped in half by it. And I like how they actually filmed that. It's it shows a wave go over him, like that moment of suspense. You don't see it happen, but Nancy does, and like has a shocked expression on her face. And then it shows that guy dragging on the beach, dragging himself, and his lower half is behind him, like just out of focus. So it's clear that they wanted to make this graphic, despite the the PG-13 limitations from the MPAA. You know, they wanted to make it, you know, like obviously they didn't want to go for an R rating, but they did want to make it like graphic within the limits of to receive a PG-13. What happened to Tom?
Oh, he must just lost. He must have lost his connection. I'm sure he'll come back.
He's doing it me.
He'll come back. The link that you sent, would that still be good if he?
Yeah, it still works.
Okay, well, it'll still work throughout. Okay, because I don't know how that works. So.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Oh, here.
Oh my.
Staying in this with the summer theme, will someone be barbecued on the?
Someone be barbecued on the next movie.
Oh my god.
Well, now I know why I don't like jellyfish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've seen pictures of like the stings and stuff. They're geez, that's a sting. Yikes. Ow.
Jesus.
Well, as graphic as that
yeah,
looks.
mine wasn't that bad.
I was gonna say, as graphic as that looks, I'm kind of glad you showed that, Nikki, because that sometimes does tell people the reality of how some jellyfish stings are gonna look. They're gonna look. It's bad.
Oh yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, jellyfish stings are no joke. I mean, I've seen pictures of like jellyfish stings look like somebody like put an iron into somebody's skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that one.
It's like I said, what it is, what the actual like I said, stings are. They're called nematocysts, which are attached to the jellyfish's like tentacles, I guess if you want to call them. And when it makes contact with any type of skin or whatever, the nematocyst fires, and that's when it injects into the skin along with basically this venom, which can cause extreme pain and at times can even be fatal. Like within minutes, if they don't get medical attention very quickly.
Yeah, totally.
It's among basically one of those classic examples that if you don't get medical attention, you're going to die a very long, slow, painful death.
Yep.
Here, I'm going to message Tom, see if everything's.
Yeah, I've done some studies. I mean, in addition, I'm a huge fan of Shark Week, but I've also learned a lot about other types of aquatic marine life. While you're typing, Don, there's actually, I just thought of one account that I could think of that kind of did involve both jellyfish and shark. Well, not really a shark attack, but they did have an encounter with sharks. Was you guys have seen that show, I Survived, right? You guys know that show?
Yeah.
Yep.
There was an episode, I don't know if you guys have seen it, where there was these three guys that were going out on the Gulf of Mexico. And during the night, a storm had hits and it overturned their boat. They were able to get out of it and they were able to cling on to the boat. But, they were hundreds of miles away from shore. And the first day they were actually being pretty confident that, somebody will notice that they're gone. Of course, obviously they didn't. And they ended up staying in the water for several more days. And on one occasion, one of the guys, he was kind of sleeping on the side of the boat. And when he woke up, he had numerous jellyfish stings on his legs. Now, he actually said he didn't feel like the stings themselves at first but he still had to pull it off though. So he literally ripped it off, and as soon as he ripped it off, it was like the pain was more than say. And then over the next couple days, while they were still out at sea, thing was, they said you could see actually about 60 feet down it was quite beautiful, in fact, like this clear blue, crystal clear water. And they saw something from afar that, it was so far away, it looked relatively small, almost looked like the size of a shoebox. And they were gray in color. And at first you didn't really think much of it. But then as they got closer, that's when they came to that realization, was that these were sharks. And as they got right up to the boat, they could really see the features. They were about 7 feet long, 6 to 7 feet long, and there were 6 of them. And they circled around the boat that whole day. And all they were thinking at that point was, what are we going to do about tonight when these sharks are around? Are we gonna be here the next day, or are we going to be fish food? But quite I don't know if this was some coincidence or maybe there was some phenomenon that occurred, but just before the sun went down, there was a pack of dolphins that showed up, and they chased
I remember
everything.
this.
The sharks, tuna, other types of fish that were around, and they circled about. They circled around the boat for an hour, and then eventually they went back into the dark depths of the sea, went back to clear water. I mean, calm water. Then, so to them, it was God sent. So
Yeah.
that was quite remarkable. And the sharks never came back. So
Man.
they were spared any attacks from sharks, but they were still stranded out at sea. But eventually, a helicopter finally did arrive, and all three were rescued.
Oh, not
They barely survived at the end, though. They really thought it was over for them.
Yeah. Oh, Nick, I just got a message from Tom. He said that his laptop decided to do an update, a system update on it.
Oh yeah.
And,
I hate it when that happens.
I told them, don't worry. Like once the computer goes back on, the link that you sent should still be active.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. And let's see. Oh yeah, there was like one part that where like I wanted to bring this up where like she has that survival instinct, like trying to like eat like one of those little crabs that was just on the rock. But here's the thing: eating a raw little crab like that, probably not the best idea because. Yeah, like she bit into it and then spat it up, and then that seagull that stayed with her the entire time ended up eating it. And Tom Hanks had to learn that lesson too in Cast Away.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention the seagull in that movie.
I was just about to bring that up for you.
Yeah. The seagull like stayed with her on that rock because it had a dislocated wing that Nancy accidentally hit the seagull like when she was swimming away from the shark. Like she didn't see the seagull, but hit its wing. But this seagull, she decided, okay, maybe a dislocated wing is just like a dislocated arm. Just gonna pop it back into place. And so that's exactly what she did. And she also named the bird Steven Seagull, which are in a reference to the actor Steven Seagal. Yeah.
Well, but not just only Steven Seagal, someone else, of course.
Yes, Steven Spielberg, a reference to Jaws, right?
Every shark movie has and probably will always make some kind of reference to Jaws. And in this case, that was the Shallows reference for Jaws, is naming the seagull Steven Seagal as also an homage to Steven Spielberg.
Oh yeah. Like I was saying before that I didn't feel very bad for that intoxicated thief that tried to steal Nancy's stuff and he ended up getting killed by the shark. But the other two victims of there, they seem like not like good guys who, like Nancy befriended. Who's this?
Oh, Tom's out of the shadows.
Who's this?
I don't know. Who the hell is out of the shadows? I didn't send the link to anyone else.
Here, I don't know who this person
Hello?
We're coming.
Hello, who is that? Oh, Jeremy!
Jeremy.
Oh my God!
Oh.
This is quite a surprise.
Hey.
That was the whole point.
Oh, I was afraid. I was afraid it was going to be like some hacker or something. Like,
No, her connection just went out.
Oh man.
No, the hacker is attacking her.
Oh, yeah. I was a little concerned there for a minute. Like I didn't know who this was. Oh, hey, Lauren. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So, So Jeremy, tonight we're just covering the Shallows. Yeah, like my second favorite shark movie.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of surprised because I took a look earlier today to see if you guys had created the studio, and I saw the title. I was like, oh, they're not doing a Friday the 13th movie.
Why not?
Yeah, we were just decided to take a break from that because a few people wanted us to focus on other things. Now that it's summertime, people wanted us to focus on a terror in the water kind of movies. Originally, we were going to cover Piranha, but Nick has yet to see that, so we're just putting that on hold until hopefully next week.
Which of
course,
course,
it's funny. It's funny that you would mention terror in the water because here in about a minute, we're going to have another surprise for you.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So as you can see, there is a different background. So I am not where I'm supposed to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Adrian. Oh my
Adrian.
God, you're at her house.
Oh,
I've been staying at her house since Sunday.
oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
I'm leaving tomorrow morning now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we might chain him down here. This is the basement. We might chain him.
Good luck with that. My bedroom's upstairs.
Should I be scared that I might fall for that same fate since I'm supposed to be coming down there in a few months?
Oh,
Maybe.
No promises.
I'm just doing what Sarah said.
Well, at the
Here
very
you go,
least,
Sarah.
at the very least, Jeremy and I will be cellmates down there.
Yeah.
We have the dungeon, and then we have the bedroom that is the creepy room.
Sarah's like, this could be a misery reboot.
I'm staying in the creepy room. No, I just happened to see that you guys were online. I actually got my time zones mixed up. I was waiting until 8:30 here for you guys to go live, and I come on and I see you guys all. Wait a minute, I'm in Mountain Time Zone. So
You're behind us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Hey, that
tomorrow
makes
night I'll
sense.
be 2 hours behind you.
That's right.
That's right. I see.
So that's why, Nick, it's crucial for you to be early Thursday night.
I
Yeah.
plan on. I wrote it down. I promise you.
Oh, now he's not going to be on.
He's not going to be on until after this Thursday. I told him not to
Wait.
worry about it.
Okay.
I'm a little worried.
It's a guest for Thursday, Don.
So Thursday night's going to be open mic night,
Oh, okay.
but you still need to be early.
Well, yeah, of course. I like I said, I already wrote it down, so I got you covered.
I should be at the hotel in Reno by that time, but I don't know how settled I'll be.
Right, yeah, especially with all the driving.
Yeah, because normally it would take me 6 hours to drive from West Wendover, which is right on the Nevada-Utah state line to Reno, but I'm not going to be taking my normal route. I'm going to be taking a different route, and that's going to add an extra hour.
Okay.
Okay.
So we won't know where I'm going to be at until I'm actually there.
Oh,
Right.
tell
All right.
Nick that we got to see Deerfield. I think he knew about that place.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about it previously.
Yeah, Deerfield. We went there last night. We went looking for ghosts, but mosquitoes found us.
Oh, of course.
No.
Oh,
Damn.
really?
They weren't mosquitoes. I mean, if you were breathing, you were inhaling mosquitoes.
Oh my God.
It was that bad.
It was
Oh, my
that
God.
bad. Jeez.
Yeah, we left. We were
We-
there 15 minutes, and I'm still itching. We left.
You know what? I know the feeling because I've been to a mosquito swarm myself. You know,
And,
back
and not only that, when we left, we went a half a mile away, and most of the front windshield was covered with mosquitoes.
Oh my God.
yikes.
It got the car
Jeez.
and on us.
Yeah.
I
It
know
was
the
not
feeling.
pleasant.
Yeah, like I said, I've been
Yeah,
through
but
it
it was
myself. There was I remember I investigated a forest a couple years back, and this was during the height of summer. And when I walked in, it was just like a swarm. When I walked out, I literally looked like I had chicken pox. I had mosquito bite all over the place,
Man.
all over me.
That's the way this was. No.
That sounds like a horror movie.
We're not doing that again until they're gone.
And the buildings themselves, the buildings themselves, it was more not like a paranormal investigation, but it was more of an urban exploration.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of those buildings was a huff and a puff away from coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It is in bad shape.
Oh man.
I don't see how it's still standing now.
Yeah, I mean, kind of picturing it. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm surprised it's still standing.
Oh, the pictures that you've seen, don't toss those.
Yeah, it's so much worse. We'll send you the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely send them.
Oh, Jeremy.
Billy, the Jaws sequels, I actually enjoyed them. Even though I know Don didn't, I actually did. The Sharknado movies, I didn't watch a single one of them. I have no desire to watch any of them.
It's just like more of a silly kind of bad, like with Sharknado movies. It's like the kind of thing that was not meant to be taken seriously, and it's just mostly
I
for
know.
laughs.
Yeah, I
It-
know.
Really cheap.
The thing that pains me about the Sharknado movies, Chris Jericho, the wrestler,
Yeah.
is in several of those, and it's almost like a required thing for me to try to watch every movie that a wrestler is starring in, which means I'm going to have to watch Sharknado at some point.
I've already seen it. And I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, I mean, you can obviously tell it pays so much homage also to Shark Week because they actually take like shark footage. They actually take it from some of the Shark Week shows. And there's also scenes in the movie where like when you see like scenes when waves are coming in. Have you noticed it's of an older quality? You guys ever notice that?
Yeah. Oh, here.
So-
Billy, let me just let me say real quick, Billy. I'm sorry, like this just been brought to my attention. For some reason, it's not posting the comments from my YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I don't know why it's not. I don't know
Yeah,
why it's
well,
not showing the YouTube comments.
I see earlier you guys did have YouTube comments coming in. The most
This is
recent
weird. It's
one
never
was
done this
15
before.
minutes ago.
Yeah,
This is weird. It's never done. It's never done this before.
I don't know why
All the
it's doing
comments are
that.
usually. Yeah, that is
Well-
odd. Yeah, Billy, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I will definitely look into this for next time. Like make sure.
We have had
Yeah,
those
I'm probably
issues with comments on personal profiles too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up. I think now I'm just gonna look at. I'm gonna like pay close attention to to my YouTube like this on my YouTube channel to keep up with comments on here. That way this won't happen again next time. So yeah, Billy, thanks for bringing that to my attention.
But what I was going to say was that old footage that they show, like in that movie Shark Week, I know what that footage came from. That's actually footage from Hurricane Camille in 1969. So they use like some real hurricane footage.
Billy, I was actually just about to bring that up. I just saw commercial just a few days ago, the trailer for Meg 2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Oh yeah, the Meg movies. I've read those. I've read the books that those movies were based
Never
on when
heard.
I was in high school. Yeah, I've read those
Oh.
books like when I was in high school. Like because the first book that caught my attention was The Trench, and I'm just like, oh okay, it looks like a book with a giant shark on it. Okay, I got to read this. But then I learned, oh wait, this is a sequel. Okay, I got to read the first book. So
Yeah, Nikki, I'm surprised. Yeah, if you're looking for like a really good shark movie that has like good comedy in it, but it's actually well done, you definitely got to check out The Meg. It is such a fun
Yep.
movie to watch.
Okay.
I hope they do it with
Awesome.
an R
Thank you.
rating.
I'll check it out.
We can only hope, Billy.
I think didn't they say they were going to make the sequel an R rating? I thought I heard that
Maybe.
for The Meg 2.
Maybe. Oh, here up. I'm gonna try to look at some of these comments from my YouTube page. Hang on. Don, when is next Kingdom Hearts 2? Yeah, I gotta set a date for that, Leon. Like, because I've had a pretty busy week. Like, I've got let's see. Tomorrow I got something going on with over at Nick's place. Let's see. Thursday I got an event with some old childhood friends that I attend to. Maybe Friday I will do the Kingdom Hearts 2 live stream. I'll let you guys know. I'll post on my comment section. Here, Leon is also asking if there's going to be a Shallows 2. I don't think so. I think the Shallows is going to be more like a standalone kind of movie.
Yeah,
this
I've
is
not.
weird.
I've not. Yeah, now it's showing up.
Wait a minute, this is weird. The YouTube comments are showing up on here. What?
Oh my God, you're right. Okay, I just
What?
saw one at first.
What is going on?
Don,
That is
it's
so weird.
StreamYard.
I was about to. It's the same thing. StreamYard at times can sometimes be
It is.
unpredictable.
Yeah, this
Hi,
is
Nikki.
weird.
Hi, Jeremy.
Would you do
I
the
was gonna
Meg
say you didn't even say hi to Nikki yet.
yeah, yeah.
I was just more concerned
alright,
of
still
the
good.
crap out of you guys. Well, see, I'm on my laptop and I don't have my mouse with me, so I'm trying to feverishly get everything done. But you guys kept taking me off the stream. I kept having to go back and
Yeah, now the viewers are really coming in, like, because before it's like we didn't have any for a while. Now they're like all coming in.
I think it's not capturing. Not only is it not like capturing the data like for the comments from YouTube, but also the viewers as well. Yeah, I know.
You guys scared away your YouTube video viewers.
So therefore, we haven't been ignoring your comments. We just didn't know that they weren't showing up.
Yeah. So to all everybody who's watching this on my YouTube, I do apologize for not being able to see the comments. We are not ignoring you in any way. It's just that StreamYard is like being really weird right now. And this is like the first time in 43 episodes of this podcast. This is the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah, it wasn't even showing any viewers from your YouTube page, and then all of a sudden, bam, there they were.
Yeah, it's weird.
There have been similar issues like that previously. I think, Jeremy, a few times you and I have seen that ourselves. So
yeah, but more on personal Facebook profiles.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, here, done. Okay, Billy is asking me if we're going to do the first Meg on the podcast. Yes, we are. We're going to cover that as like when the day gets closer to when the Meg 2 the Trench comes out. I'm considering July for this for covering the Meg, because there is going to be one point where I'm going to be out of town we are going to be taking a week off during July at one point in late July. So just so you guys are aware. But we will cover the Meg. Yep.
But meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and come out. I just wanted to come in here and harass you guys for a few minutes.
Well, it was awesome seeing you, though. So glad that you've made it safely across basically throughout the country at this point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's been a really good trip. The only thing bad that's happened on this trip were those mosquitoes last night.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've been through that myself. I know the feeling. Yeah. I've actually said, like when I said about this forest that I investigated, I said after that day, unless it was like spring or if it was like fall or even winter, I was not going back during the summer because of those mosquitoes. That was enough.
So this brings up the question that I gotta ask. Is there a bad sci-fi movie about mosquitoes?
Yes, there is.
Oh, geez.
Yep, it's called Mosquito. It was released in 1995, and it also the main highlights of it is it stars Gunnar Hansen, the original actor of Leatherface. Yep, the original actor of Leatherface from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he actually.
Why does that not surprise me?
And not only that, he actually uses a chainsaw to fend off 6 foot tall mosquitoes.
Of course he would.
It's one of those.
You got to use something. Those things are bloodsuckers.
Yeah, they are.
This is like one of those cheesy 90s. Like I believe this one was straight to video.
Oh, of course it would go straight to video for some.
The premise of it sounds like it would have to go straight to video.
Yeah, it's basically the whole premise of it is that there's these ordinary mosquitoes that feed where there was like this alien spaceship that had crashed, and then mosquitoes fed on the blood of the alien bodies that were there, and then caused them to grow up to be 6 foot bloodsuckers.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's as ridiculous as it sounds.
That was made back in the 90s.
Yes.
So thank you, Don, for that image. I get to have that before I go to sleep tonight.
I saw it years ago on Sci-Fi Channel, and it's got cheesy effects. It's basically as bad as you'd expect.
And then maybe we can have a mosquito versus shark movie.
What's it called? It's called Mosquito.
What were you saying, Jeremy?
I was saying maybe now we can have a mosquito versus shark movie.
Oh,
can you imagine if they actually made a movie like that? I can't even picture it.
I'm surprised they haven't.
There he is.
That's one of them?
Okay.
Look, that's him, Gunnar Hansen with the chainsaw in the movie.
Well,
Here, hold on. Let me actually show that again, Don. I'm gonna put you on full screen because I couldn't see it too well.
Okay.
There we go. Wow,
Man, that's a big chainsaw.
that's
I know.
huge.
Gigantic.
What
That's
the?
even better than the one you use
Well,
a chainsaw.
Hey, big mosquitoes, big chainsaw.
So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and skip out. Just wanted to come in here and beat up on you guys. And
They've got another movie coming out, Mosquito.
Oh, really?
what's that?
She said she's got another mosquito movie for
They
us.
Well, I just got
It's
done
coming out
writing a
in-
short story
came out-
about a deer. So maybe I will write something.
Oh, and also Jeremy, just before you get off too, I know I've told you about this before, but Nikki and I have been still talking about trying to get Night Watchers on. So I know for the last couple of days, so we're getting real close of bringing Night Watchers on for Things Network.
Oh, nice.
How time? I've been waiting on that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we looking forward.
Okay.
He received the
When I
email.
get off of here, Nick, I will send you the very latest on the schedule.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nikki, I got to send you the latest on the schedule too because it has been updated.
Yeah. In fact, I'll do that before I
Done.
close the laptop.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
All right, guys. Well, you folks have a good morning. Nikki, you have a good day or good day.
G'day. She'll be right.
Good day, mate. That's about the only accent I can
love it.
actually
That's pretty
really do. I tried doing the Irish accent. I sound like
Yeah.
shit. All right, you guys have a good
American one,
night.
no
Enjoy
good.
the rest of the show.
All right, take care, Jeremy.
Take care.
You too.
Oh, here. Billy is asking if we're going to do the original Piranha, and yes, we are. I plan on covering the Piranha hopefully next week. This coming Tuesday. Yep. That. Oh wait.
Man.
Oh, that's something different than what I was. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
God.
Wait, it's a war movie. Yeah, the one that I was talking about was from 1994.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay.
95.
95. I was wrong. It was 94. I looked it up. I was close.
So
But,
Lauren, by the way, had a question for us.
What the?
What movie is this? I never heard
Sorry.
of this one.
What the?
What is this?
I told you. It's.
Oh my God!
That's a picture of a guy getting his blood sucked out by a mosquito. In the movie.
It looks like the worst version of like some like Tom Savini, like worst like Tom Savini attempt that could ever be made.
I told you guys, cheesy effects.
What the?
So, you ever heard of this movie that Lauren brought up?
Yes, I have. It stars Alicia Silverstone. It's one of the latest shark movies, and that movie sucks, to put it
I
lightly.
was gonna say I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's terrible. What?
Oh, my
I
God.
know what that is. I know exactly what you're showing me. That's Mansquito. That was one of the Sci-Fi Channel movies.
The
Yeah.
Hostage Code.
Yeah, that came out ages ago.
Actually, I just want to go to this comment what Sarah had asked. She was asking about Night Watchers. Nikki, if you can explain what Night Watchers is.
Okay, so we are a paranormal network and we are based in Australia and we are through from Perth, Adelaide, New South Wales, Tasmania, reaching out to the US. We have someone in Canada and we pretty much like the Things Network. We're just based in Australia at the moment.
And what we're currently in the process of doing, because I've offered Nikki for it, is if they're looking to add more extensions, is to have the show also on Things Network. Which in this case, by bringing them on, you guys would be the very first show from Australia to have on our network. So they would be on the same network as us, as obviously this show. So, you know what? As a matter of fact, I think Jeremy just sent me the updated schedule. So I'm going to send that to you in just a second, Nikki.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'll quickly show you what our pages look like.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And we do have a YouTube channel. It is called Night Watchers Paranormal Australia.
Okay.
And
Hey, Ava's here.
as their own
What's up, Ava?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah. So
Lauren shares the same thoughts as you do, Don.
yeah,
Yeah,
terrible
that movie.
story, horrible effects. Yeah, it's bad.
Movie called The Ants. I don't know. All I could think about is that movie that came out in the late '90s. That was kind of like made to cash in on the Disney movie Bug's Life. Excuse me, not Bug's Life. All I can think about is that old that kids movie they made 25 years ago.
Uh,
Yeah, great to
let's
see
see.
you here, Ava.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah, this is I'm gonna full
there
screen
it
this
is.
quickly. Yeah, this is the page of Night Watchers Paranormal Australia.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
I might send it to you. I'll send it to you so you can.
Of course,
It'll be done.
obviously, I'm already part of it myself, and I know you haven't seen me lately on the comments, Nikki, but I've actually been watching it, so I've been supporting Night Watchers.
Well, awesome. Thank you. We love your support and everyone else's
Oh,
support. So thank you.
my
so
pleasure.
much.
Nice. Yep. Sure. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were saying about how how Blake Lively got injured on set after having hit with that buoy. It's like the fact that she could just do that and keep on going with the movie is just amazing. Just keep on.
Definitely.
And yeah, and so one other thing that was kind of questionable is the way she killed the shark, just the chin, when the shark was attacking the buoy, not just ripping pieces out. It was causing one of the chains to weaken, and so Nancy grabbed on that chain and dragged her down to where the anchor of the buoy is, which has all these what are those called? These things sticking out.
Yeah. It's rebar.
Rebars. Yeah, the rebars that were sticking out, and the shark pursues her, and she moves out of the way, and the shark just rams right into the rebars, impaling itself at the bottom. And I'm just thinking, wow. That actually worked.
I'm surprised, the fact of how fast she went at such a
Yeah.
very fast velocity. I mean, that should have. I don't know if I know what happens if you go up. I don't know if it goes down, but I'm surprised she didn't get the bends as a result.
Oh yeah, that's another. That could be one factor in that, because when you go a certain amount, when you go quickly down, ascending or descending in depths of the water, it could cause the bends. Yeah, that could have been. That could have,
especially with all that pressure amount of water that's being pushed onto you. That again, like I said, that can be painful and even fatal itself.
It can be, yes, for sure. Because that's the thing. When you go through depths of the water, the pressure builds up in your head, and that, yeah, it creates the bends like that. And I just love how the way the movie ended, how she washed up on shore and was found by the boy who found the GoPro, and then got his father, who turns out to be Carlos, the man who dropped Nancy off at the beach the day before. And then she survives her injury, is left with was able to keep her leg even though gangrene was starting to set in, and has a scar in her leg, and jumps forward a year later where she has a scar in her leg, and she had completed medical school, and she's in her home in Galveston, Texas, and is teaching her little sister how to surf. And yeah, and I gotta say, Galveston, Texas, great city. If you it is. If you ever go to Texas, I cannot recommend Galveston enough. It's absolutely fun over there.
But I will point out this: Galveston, I mean, as great as a city as it is, of course, obviously on the paranormal side, it's also a very haunted city. But more importantly, not I mean, as great as it is, it does have a tragic side to it. That was also the site of the deadliest hurricane in United States history, the Great Galveston Hurricane of 1900. And I know we're just about to enter the month of June, but in September, I've been doing this now. I started doing this last year. I'm probably going to start doing this on the anniversary of it. Every September 8th, I actually do have a presentation that I do on the Galveston Hurricane in 1900. It's really fascinating, but at the same time, it's probably also one of the saddest presentations that I've ever put together. I mean, it's fascinating at first, but near the second half of it, it actually can get emotional for some people. But it's, in my opinion, as someone who learns a lot about history, focuses on a very, honestly, it's really surprising. It's not as heavily, I mean, there's been documentaries of it, but it's not as, I guess, focused or well known as like some other disasters that we know of. So I think to me, it's a very important part of American history to share, in this case, the Galveston hurricane. But yeah, all in all, I've never been there myself, but Galveston is a great city, I've heard. I'm hoping to go down there myself one of these days.
Oh yeah, for sure, totally. Yeah, like they got great beaches there, so it's actually cool to see them end a movie there. Yeah,
yeah,
but, yeah. So thinking back to all the way this movie was made, I just love the way they shot it. Like there was like a montage where she was surfing with the two other guys who were then later on killed by the shark, and it just looked like an advertisement or like a sponsorship video that some people do like to get into the surfing sport. But yeah, I love the way that was shot and edited. The music that was, I like that scene. Like this was like before the shark showed up and started wreaking havoc.
It did send a cautionary message though, which is don't, even if you have one person with you, it's always best never to swim by yourself on a beach, because most people are attacked by swimming alone than people who are in groups. Because if you're in a group, that often usually, yes, sometimes it does attract sharks' attention, but sometimes it confuses it. There's so much movement that it can't really decide on which direction it's going to go. That's when they sometimes eventually give up and leave. But if you're the only one in the water, you're making yourself an easy target. And also, don't swim at night either. Never swim at night, or
no, never swim
those
at
are
night.
their favorite hunting hours.
And don't swim at night, yeah.
And Anthony, actually, believe it or not, Anthony just put this up saying sharks don't have good eyesight. Actually, they do have really good eyesight. It's a popular misconception that they can't see well. Sharks can see in color. In fact, they actually have very similar vision like we have. In fact, I think even their height, I mean, their sight, I think, is even a little bit more higher than ours. They're actually known to sometimes even hunt in the darkest night. So they can see perfectly well in the dark when they go out and hunt.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, wait. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. One thing I noticed that when I look back in this movie is that what? Oh,
no, it was Nikki's own comment. I just wanted to point this out. I kind of advertise it for her.
I got you. I see. Okay, yeah, definitely check those out. And like when Nancy was like putting her message on the GoPro, when as like her saying, hey, this is what happened. I was attacked by a shark. Here's my injury. All that she said was the day was April 26th, 2016. And I'm like, oh, so that's one day before I turned 24.
Yeah.
I know. How crazy is that?
That's crazy. Anyone ever eaten a shark? No, I will not eat anything. I know, of course, obviously. I know, of course, there's this they have something that's called shark fin soup, which is something I'm strongly against. I will never have that.
Yeah,
because
never.
I'm strongly against, obviously, shark killing. I'm proud to say, for at least, I don't know about the rest of the country, but several areas of the country I do know have stopped doing this. But here in Chicago, back when our then president Barack Obama, he had because he's a native of Chicago himself, he was able to successfully ban any type of sales on shark fin soup. So over here in Chicago, we don't sell it and we won't make it. Unfortunately, it does create a lot of anger sometimes, like within the Asian communities, because a lot of them are usually from the like Chinatown area, and they always say, this is like kind of like a delicacy. Or unfortunately, though, at a time like this, we really can't be killing any more sharks. We really need them. And shark fin soup is one of those things. Again, even if someone paid me, I will not have shark fin soup.
Yeah, no, you couldn't pay me enough to try it, because I think about all the sharks that they're killing off, especially the great whites, when they don't deserve it, and having their fins cut off, it's like if I just went up to somebody and just cut their arms and limbs off. It's the equivalent
and the
of that.
Shark,
right.
And the fins that are added into the soup, it doesn't actually serve like as a flavor. It's only put in there just to add structure to the soup. So it does it doesn't even have like a flavor. It doesn't actually have like a role of being consumed other than just being used for structure in the soup. So that's why
so it's pretty much pointless.
Yeah, so people have asked me on many occasions what it would take for me to have shark fin soup. Honestly, I would never have it for the life of me.
Me neither. No.
Yeah.
Don't eat. Yep.
Do they?
I'll be back.
I gotta ask, Nick. Have they banned it in Australia as well, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good. It's good to know that other countries are doing this too. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very strong on that.
Oh yeah.
Come on, animals. Yeah, we don't do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you covered, Nikki.
I got you covered too.
Yeah, and you're right, Sarah. Sharks who lose their fins will drop because it depends on the species. There are some sharks that actually there's this concept where if sharks stop swimming, they will eventually drown. Again, it depends on what sharks. Again, if it's smaller ones like reef sharks, for example, those ones actually can lay on the ground on the sea floor. So while some species of sharks are able to do it, larger ones like gray whites, tigers, bulls, or ragged tooths, I've even found the larger ones, they can never stop swimming because they will sink and they actually can drown, believe it or not, because the water's not rushing past their gills as it's supposed to be operating. So that's why they always have to keep moving. And believe it or not, another thing I found out, believe it again, also on another thing I learned on Shark Week from the Discovery Channel was that even though we just lost Nikki, I think her connection went out.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I know she'll come right back.
Yeah, I just feel bad that she has that kind of bad connection, you know?
I feel bad too for her. So I mean, of course, obviously, there's not much we can do. It's just the connection, but yeah, I feel bad as well. But what I was gonna say was like small there I learned this from Shark Week, which is even though the larger sharks usually have to keep moving, in order to live and survive. There was a recent discovery that I don't remember what Shark Week special it was. Oh, wait, here, she's back.
Oh, she's back. Okay.
All right, there we go. Oh, she's trying to come back. There we go. Now I got you. So, so there was a special they had where they were monitoring a great white. They were monitoring a great white shark, and this was at nighttime, by the way. Oh no, actually, I think it might have been during the day, but it was far deeper in the ocean, like where the sunlight doesn't shine that area. And while the shark was like moving through this dark part of the sea, they you gotta welcome back already, Nikki.
There you go.
But while they were following the shark, they noticed something about the shark. Is while the shark was awake, apparently it was in some kind of suspended animation despite still swimming. It was actually, in spite of moving, it was like it was sleeping at the same time. Like it was actually able to shut itself down, almost. I guess the best way I could say, almost like as if it put its body in autopilot. Almost, it's like it was able to sleep while it was still moving.
That's odd.
So, believe it or not, these larger sharks, they do have a way of putting themselves in suspended animation even when they're moving.
That is bizarre.
Shark was sleepwalking. It kind of was like sleepwalking in a way. And check this out, what Lauren just said. She's gone snorkeling with nurse and sand sharks.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Lauren, yeah, like we were just I was discussing with them earlier that I actually briefly encountered a shark when like I was going through the water. I was in Florida, and I crossed paths with a leopard shark who, right when he saw me, he just froze for a second and then just darted off. So that was my one and only brief encounter with a shark. And from that moment forward, I just looked and I thought, okay, I guess not all sharks are after us. Yeah.
Exactly. Lauren also, by the way, she I don't know if I'm really allowed to say this in public, but I got your message though, Lauren. I'll talk about it afterwards. I don't know if I want to
Yeah,
bring it up on the show.
yeah. If it's something you prefer to keep private, then do so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, like there were like several moments like where it seems like something that's in the film, but then like you just notice it, it's like, oh, okay, that's crazy. Like the oil in the water coming from the whale, because whales have
Okay.
like oil in them. But then that plays a role later on in the movie, like when she's on that buoy, she grabs that flare gun and is trying to signal like a boat that was nearby, and then the shark's nearby, and then she shoots at the shark, but then waits until the shark was in the water where the whale oil was. She shoots the whale oil, setting the shark ablaze. And I'm just like, could that actually happen in real life? Could you set something on fire when they're in the water?
I know with gasoline you can. I just don't know about whale oil.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oops, sorry. That was my fault.
Never knew the shark
No,
called
you're
Nurse Shark. Is there a Dr. Shark?
No, it's I don't know. I don't know. I never really figured out why they call them nurse sharks, but they're more of the bottom dwelling sharks. They got like those whiskers that they have, and
They're
honestly,
cute.
I mean, exactly. I was gonna say, as strange as they look, I actually find nurse sharks actually pretty cute looking because they just have they for the most part they usually are harmless. However,
Oh yeah.
there have been a few times where they've bitten people, but most of the time that was only because they're bottom dwellers. That's usually most of the time that's as a result if they got stepped on. So
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, because
they're like,
usually those are the sharks that tend to stay away from people.
but they're at the same time kind of social with people too, like because there's videos of scuba divers who've gone down to see nurse sharks. They're actually able to pet them, like they're like dogs almost. They have like almost a similar behavior like dogs. Like they enjoy being pet. They like their stomachs like rubbed. Apparently feels good for them, and people have often wondered what it actually feels like in this case to pet a shark. And
Oh,
they
man.
say the top part of it feels almost like sandpaper, and then the bottom of it feels like rubber.
Yeah, like I've touched a shark before, and it's weird. They used to have this thing over at an aquarium that I was it was an aquarium that I went to with my college girlfriend at the time down in Texas, and where you are allowed to pet a shark, and yeah, they feel weird.
Yes.
Yeah, they're weird, but at the same time, though, I always think I think nurse sharks are probably considered the cutest sharks you could find. They're like I said, they are pretty social.
Yeah. Oh, here. Why doesn't she make a weapon out of the whale bones? Yeah, if only it were that simple. Because the first place she took refuge from the shark was on top of the whale, but Nancy knew immediately she couldn't just stay on that whale because that shark was again a giant, 23 feet, and it hadn't packed enough force to turn that whale over, and that's exactly what it did right after Nancy jumped off it and swam towards the rock. So she wouldn't. She wouldn't. It's like you put yourself in her shoes. Like I don't think I would have enough time to like really dig into the whale to get access to one of its bones in just the hopes of fending off a monster shark.
Right. Not to change the subject very quickly, Don.
Right.
I just got a message from Lauren. Actually, she told me I can bring up with what's going on with her. She said she has I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Rhizotomy. If it's Rhizotomy, you know what rhizotomy?
Never heard of
that's how you say it. Or I've never heard of the term. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but she has it in her lower spine. This
Oh wow.
this Friday she's having it this Friday. Well, I think that might be like I don't know if it's a surgery. Okay, I guess maybe it's like a type of it's a type of operation. I don't know if it's a surgery or I've never heard of it before. She has been dealing with degenerative disc disease for over 15 years.
Oh wow.
This procedure is going to stop the nerve connection between the damaged area in her back to her brain. And that if you guys saw my reaction, I mean that scared me because I had to ask. I mean, can this be fatal? She said no. It's just going to be very, very painful.
Ooh.
So,
well, I'll keep her in my prayers.
Okay, she just messaged me. It's a surgery.
Okay, it is a surgery. It sounded like a surgery. I didn't know if, it sounded like it was either a surgery or a condition. You know, I never heard of it before.
I've never heard of it before up until now. So that's why I didn't know. But Lauren, hey, you know, we're gonna be praying for you. You know, that's hopefully you'll get through it. I know we'll send healing vibes and energy for you to heal up.
Yes, totally.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, oil floats on top of the water.
Yep. Well, oil and water don't mix. I heard they use whale oil and candles. Yeah, like do people even? Yeah, people don't use whale oil anymore, do they?
I don't think they do. I think they stopped doing that.
I think they banned that years ago. Yeah, they banned that years ago.
I think they banned it for the same reason because, like with sharks, you would have to kill whales in order to get their oil.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, poaching basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of poaching. You know, I hate that.
No, never. I won't be either.
Yeah, no way.
Ambergris is used for perfume and medicine.
Ambergris? Is that a type of oil?
If that's like, or if it's made from like whale oil. I don't know.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah, but so overall, The Shallows, I consider this movie to be, definitely like an improvement over many, many shark movies that have been out since Jaws. Like I consider this to be the best shark movie since Jaws. Like my third favorite is Open Water. We'll definitely have to cover that one at some point.
Yeah, we got to cover that one.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea, we definitely got to cover that too. And as soon as Nick sees it, because Nick, I'm surprised. Like of all people,
I'm surprised too.
Like that movie, it's been around since 1999. Now it's like.
Honestly, like I said, I'm just as surprised as you are. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways you can watch it now. I mean, I've got it right here. I got it right here on Blu-ray. Like one day I'm gonna have to go and bring it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have to watch it.
Oh yeah, because that's a really good cast in it. It's, Thomas Jane, Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's wait here. Yeah, Open Water and Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, those are great. Yeah, except for the sequels.
Oh, this is what it is. Sarah, Ambergris is sperm whale vomit. Wow. From vomit.
Okay.
Sperm whale.
Right here.
Okay, interesting.
That's never heard of a product being made out of vomit before.
Yeah. So, for those who are wondering about how I feel about the sequels of Deep Blue Sea and the sequels of Open Water, yeah, the sequels to Deep Blue Sea, like the second one was just a rehash of the first one, like a cheaper, like far more cheesy rehash. Third one like tries to be more original, but still not as good as the first one. Let's see. And as for Open Water, the second film tries to focuses on a completely different story. It focuses on on a bunch of people in their 20s who are too stupid to drop the ladder of the boat before they jump in.
There actually was, believe it or not, it was made for a comedic purpose. There was even an episode of King of the Hill where they did the same thing. They jumped off a boat without lowering the ladder. So I kind of felt, did they kind of take this from that episode of did they take this from the episode of King of the Hill and made it into a horror movie?
I want to think it's like
and that one doesn't even have sharks in it at all. I mean, they mentioned sharks, but they mentioned sharks. They fear them, but there's none.
And on top of that, one of the couples had a baby who was on board the boat, so the baby's all alone on that boat while they're all stuck outside the boat. So like that I thought was just like, my God. Maybe must have been watching Baby Shark. We're all watching. Exactly.
You're probably right, Lauren.
Oh man, now I gotta keep checking YouTube, see if anybody put anything new on. Oh man, but and as for the third, honey is made from bee vomit. Yeah, she's trolling you at this point. And let's see. Oh, here in Open Water 3, goes back to being about sharks, but the difference is it's made found footage style, like Blair Witch Project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
it's
was-
where
Go ahead.
yeah, it's where like these thrill seekers in Australia, they go off to do some cage diving, you know, where you look at sharks underwater, and then a tsunami comes in and takes down the boat that's holding onto their cage. So they have to go to the surface, and then they're surrounded and being killed by one by great whites.
Wow.
Great movie.
And- yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not that bad, you know, at least compared to other found footage movies I've seen.
Moon sharks.
Please tell me that's a joke.
Oh my god! Please tell me that's not a real movie.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
going.
and it's
we're going that way.
never eat honey ever again. Hey, I don't even eat honey at all. Hey, I don't even eat honey at all.
I don't really eat honey that much either.
Never
There
again.
was one other shark movie I thought was good. I haven't seen this one. I know you have, Don. What about that movie, The Reef?
The Reef I thought was pretty good. I actually featured that in my top 5. I actually featured that in my top 5 shark movies that a video that I made years ago. I featured that at number 5. That's an Australian thriller, and yeah, it's like inspired by a true story, and where these guys they're on a boat, they're trying to deliver a yacht, but they ended up hitting a reef. They try to go seek for help, and then there's a great white that follows them. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty good, but there was a sequel that was released recently called The Reef Stalked. I saw that, and I thought it was all right. I think it was about as good as the first one.
Oh no, Sarah!
What?
Oh man, shark
Oh my
side of the
God.
moon.
Hang on, I'm gonna
Oh.
Google. Hang on.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you got a good compliment here, Nikki. You know, as far as like
Oh my,
Australia goes, with
it
horror
is
movies.
true.
Anthony makes a good point here. Shark. Oh God,
Oh,
no! What
it's
on
deep
earth are they
red.
thinking?
Oh, jeez.
I cannot believe it.
Trailer.
Oh, man.
Oh, it came out last year apparently.
Oh, wow.
Now, Nikki, actually, I want to point this out. Anthony makes a good point here. You know, like how Australia has some great horror movies. Yeah,
they
there's
do.
some that's been made in the
Alright.
outlet.
Yeah. Yeah, like, let's see. Don and Nick, have you seen Shark Tank? Yes, I have. I have seen that ages ago, and it is like so laughably bad.
Jeez. Oh, does Ozzy star in that movie?
Oh,
Yes,
my
probably.
God.
Hang on, I'll
You
let you know
probably-
1 minute.
Why
Yeah,
am
he
I?
probably would.
If he actually was, why am I not surprised?
Yeah. But yeah, Nick, in Shark Attack 3 Megalodon, I will always remember it for like its terrible editing and effects, visual effects, everything. It was bad. And here's the thing that I noticed right off the bat, Nick, is that the movie Shark Attack 3 Megalodon is supposed to take place in Mexico, and there are no Hispanic people anywhere in this film.
What?
No.
Well,
no,
then again, it is.
it's all
Are
it's
they
all
supposed to be like,
for the most part, and if there are if there are Mexicans in this film, it's played by white people with bad accents.
I was gonna say, you sure they're not like tourists or?
No, they're no. They have no Hispanic people in this movie at all. It's supposed to take place in Mexico, but no, it's all white people.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Captain,
and also
Doctor Who is in the movie.
And also, I think it could be considered racially offensive that that Caucasian people are actually trying to act like Hispanic people, like do the accents and everything. And I'm thinking,
that sounds kind of racist.
Yeah, that seems pretty racist.
Anyone remember when laser sharks were a thing? What?
What the?
Hang on. I'll Google.
I did have another movie I could think of. Another shark movie I could think of was it was good until the ending of it. I think you're gonna know which movie I'm talking about, Don. 47 Meters Down.
Oh my God.
Movie was great until the ending of it. The ending sucked.
Yeah, the ending. People were throwing popcorn at the screen when the ending was shown at the theater.
Laser shark. Oh my God. Oh, it's a
fuck.
song.
Oh, it's a song. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be a movie, and I'm just like, oh, come on. This cannot, but we've resorted to.
Yeah, but 47 Meters Down, again, another great movie until the ending of it. The ending it was so disappointing with how the ending was. They should have shot an alternate ending for
Yeah,
47 meters down.
They could have. Yeah. Oh, here, Don, you want to know why there's no Mexicans in Shark Attack 3 Megalodon?
What?
Yeah, because they couldn't afford any of them on the budget. It was cheap. Yeah, it was
Oh, my-
super cheap. Yeah, like, and here, you want to know how cheap it was? They were reusing stock footage from other movies because they were too lazy to do anything original. And also, the way that the first shark attack in the movie, the way this guy was attacked, supposedly this guy was like deep below the water, like thousands of feet below the surface, and the shark attacks them, but it shows the shark eating something at the surface of the water.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
That's not even echoing how sharks' behavior is.
So dumb. No, I mean, it shows. I mean, this guy is supposed to be like hundreds of feet below the surface, but when the shark attacks him, it shows a shark eating something, like eating it on the surface of the water.
Laser sharks were in Austin Powers. What?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, it's
Hang on, 1 minute.
Yeah, you
Keep going.
know what Austin Powers is. You know Austin Powers, right? You know that
It's been many years since I've
with-
seen that movie.
Mike Myers playing the hero and a villain.
Yep.
And he always
Of course, by they. I can't do it. I can't do that accent. Oh wow, check it out. He's really done a lot. The director of 47 meters down.
Yep.
Saying that.
Oh yeah. I may look into Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City because I am a huge fan of Resident Evil. So yeah, we may have to cover Resident Evil movies at some point, even though I'm not, the biggest fan of the live action movies. Yeah.
Hold on, our camera's frozen. Oh, okay. Yeah. Eagle versus shark.
Oh yeah, here. It was Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Yeah, Dr. Evil. Yeah, he was. Dr. Evil's hilarious. Yeah, Mike Myers is hilarious in that movie. Well, as both. Actually, by the end of the series, he played 4 different characters: Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard, and Goldmember.
He played all those
wow.
characters. I know he did 2 of them.
Yep.
I didn't know
Yes,
he did 2 other ones.
He did.
Freaking
shot
laser beams.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was in Goldmember when they finally got the sharks with laser beams attached to their heads.
I heard they're trying to make another
Have
one.
you
They've
seen
been
that?
trying to make another one for years.
Oh, they've been trying for years, man. Oh,
What's this one?
yeah.
Oh, ice sharks. I've heard of ice sharks.
I've come across that ages before. Yes.
You seen that?
Now there
It's
is
easy.
Don. I know you wanted to bring this up. Since all this talk about
Redwood.
sharks, this talk about bring up the black demon. That
Oh yes, because this movie takes place in Mexico, so the Shallows. So I'm wondering if maybe it did get inspiration by the legend of Black Demon, that supposed megalodon that may be lurking around Baja.
I looked it up. So, yeah, I mean, yes, we already know for a fact. Obviously, the coast along Mexico is known to be inhabited by. Honestly, it's kind of weird. It's like there are 3 main areas throughout the world that are said to be like the popular spot and hotspot for gray white sharks, and that's off the coast of California, off the coast of South Africa,
Mhm.
and obviously, Nikki, as you know, off the coast of Australia. But for some reason, there are other
Yeah.
areas where they are inhabited. They're heavily inhabited, which don't get as much attention. And one of those is off the coast of Mexico. And in addition to the gray white sharks, yeah, there's a legend of something that's even badder than all the others. I actually found a page of it on cryptid Wikipedia, by the way. So, like how we've seen like cryptids, like different types of cryptids that have been seen for decades, if not centuries. Well, the Black Demon is basically, you can kind of say, one of the newer cryptids that pretty much has been kind of coming into existence, if you will. And what it says here about it is the Black Demon, Spanish for El Demonio Negro, is an enormous black shark whose territory is said to be just off the coast of Mexico's Baja California Peninsula. In recent years, numerous sightings have been reported primarily from local fishermen. The Black Demon is said to be between 20 to 60 feet long and weighing anywhere between 50 to 100,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's the movie. I did a reaction video to the trailer for that.
Yep. It is said to resemble a gray white shark, but with very
wow.
dark coloration and a large tail. The mysterious shark, the first sighting of this mysterious shark was supposedly in 2008. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's more of it's more of the newer cryptids that's kind of been coming into view. Some say it could be a megalodon or a new species of shark, or perhaps an unusually large great white shark. Many expeditions were launched to locate the creature. In fact, it was actually featured on the History Channel series Monster Quest in the chapter Mega Jaws. Of course, typical of such investigations with all these cryptids, nothing became of the investigation. Sadly, sightings are rare. Because of this, not much is known about it. Now, I actually do have an artist rendering of what supposedly the black demon is said to look like. So I'm going to share the screen here so you guys could see it. But this is what it's supposedly said to look like.
Oh. Oh.
Now, as you can see, it has that dark coloration. I thought there was like a term for some people. I also believe, I mean, also this could be another reason, is that maybe it's some type of gray white shark that's suffering from what is it called? I know there's like, for example, like there's albinism that causes whiteness. There's another term that's used to cause that causes blackness instead of white. It's like not an albino shark. It's what is the term called for it? It's there's a term where it causes dark coloration.
Like some kind of like a dark pigmentation or something.
Yeah, like it's like a black man. What is that called? It's
like the opposite of albino, basically.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of albino, but instead of white, it's black.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This thing's huge.
Yeah, it's big. They say it's said to be somewhere between 20 to 60 feet long. Yeah, I could have sworn there was a term for the black pigment. You know, like when the unusual black color to it. It's like nagging at me right now. Oh my god, I cannot even think of it.
Man.
Right.
Let's see, what was I gonna
say?
It's,
you know what? I think I just found it. It's called if I can get the melanism. That's what it is. It's the congenital excess of melanin in an organism resulting in dark pigment. That's basically the opposite of albinism. This is melanism, which albinism is white, melanism is black or dark pigment. So it could be maybe a type of gray white that's suffering. That's a genetic disorder.
Yeah. And I was saying before that I did a reaction video to the trailer for Black Demon, and it looks super cheesy. I don't know if it's like gonna be worth watching.
Yeah, like, exactly, Anthony. Shark with skin disorder.
Yeah, because like in the movie, it features like one of the actors from Ford versus Ferrari, like one of those really good movies that came out a couple years back. So yeah, I'm thinking. So he went from an awesome movie to this, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah. But, oh my god! Did you know that they found sharks swimming in a volcano?
He's probably referencing a movie or something.
Oh, okay. Just before we go, I just saw your message, Nikki. So you got it. She is gonna have to get going, if I'm correct.
Okay. Well, hey, Nikki, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Hey, Nikki, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a great having you on here again.
As always, it's always great having you.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm going to send you that list in just a second. The schedule.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Take care. Happy night, guys.
Have a great day out in Australia, Nikki.
Yeah, have a good one, Nikki. Yes.
Of course, because I know they're a day ahead of us, so it's broad daylight over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this up here. Yeah. So to all my you people who've been watching on my YouTube channel, I will next time I'm gonna use my phone to monitor the YouTube comments in case that glitch, whatever that was, in case that ever happens again. So yeah, I'm shocked that this actually actually happened. Like the YouTube comments weren't showing up on here at all. I mean, yeah, this is the first time that's ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah.
Oh God. What about shark with rabies?
Is that even possible? a shark actually getting rabies? I never thought of that.
I don't think so. I know they can carry bacteria and other viruses, but not rabies.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Wouldn't be sure of that. But yeah, Nick. So right before tomorrow night, so when I stop by your place, yeah. Well, I'm gonna show you Piranha. Like I said, right now it's on Shutter. So yeah, now that while it's still on there, yeah, we're gonna watch that and use that for next week's episode.
Right.
And when I say when I say Piranha to everybody watching it, I'm referring to the original version from 1978, directed by Joe Dante.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Looking forward to that. Now, I've said, and like I've said before, I've seen the 2010 remake. I've never seen the original. So this will be really exciting to finally have the chance to see the original one from the 70s.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're in for a treat, man. It's it's a big cult classic, and I gotta say, like the sequel does have its place in history, despite the super silly premise. You know, like it's the feature directorial debut of James Cameron, and it has let's see, Lance Henriksen is in it, and yeah, but yeah, like the original, yeah, like you'll definitely enjoy the original. Like, yeah, can't wait for to watch it after all this time.
Yeah, sounds great.
Oh yeah. All right,
before we get off, just for the quick announcements, like just regarding the show. So obviously, right before Don comes over, I'm going to be doing another. We're going to continue on. I got Nick Files tomorrow afternoon, so right before Don shows up. Which Don, I should probably let you know, as far as my exercising goes, since I did it today, you could probably come over a little bit after 6:00. So I got Nick Files tomorrow. We're going to finish up with Ohio State Reformatory. We're looking at a couple of different investigation videos, including for the first time ever, I'm showing some of my videos at OSR. And then Thursday, I'm not sure who we're. I think we might be. You know what? Actually, I think we might be having. If I'm correct on this, I hope I am. I think we might be having Wes Coleman on, who, if you don't know who he is, Don, he's a paranormal investigator who lives up in Canada. I've spoken to him numerous times. He runs the I keep forgetting the full name, but he runs the cops group. It's because Wes, along with members of his team, are actually corrections officers at in the Canadian prison system. They're the first they're the first paranormal group, at least as far as I know of, that was created by corrections officers in the prison system itself. So we're going to be, because obviously it's a crime show that we do to the grave and back. We think obviously interviewing someone who's in the prison, currently still working in the prison system would be great to interview, as well as investigations. Great guy. Hopefully you'll be able to have a chance to meet him yourself one of these days.
For sure.
And then Thursday, as well, Jeremy already said we were supposed to have a guest on Supernatural Talk. Unfortunately, that guest apparently has backed out, so it's just going to be open mic night. And then finally on Friday on the Frighteners. Again, I'm not sure who we're going to be having on, or unless we're just chatting together. So either way, that's all I mean, I should probably, I know a lot of people know this already. I thought I should tell you, Don, is that as far as my presentations go, with my show, just a few days ago, I just completed my 100th slideshow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I'm going beyond. So try to go for the next 100.
Billy said, asking if I have reaction requests. Yeah, I have a few reaction requests that I'm trying to get to as well. But I just got back from out of state, so yeah, things have been pretty busy lately, and I got busyness for the next few days. But I got another reaction video for Dragon Ball Z Abridged coming out tomorrow, and so definitely look at that. And I got reactions I got to look into as far as health bar videos, and also let's see, there was one Watch Mojo request and also a couple of music video requests that I'm gonna look back into. I've been taking pictures of people's requests, like screenshotting them on my phone so I don't forget them. So yeah, have to look into those as well. I'll have to look into those. Also,
and I was just about to answer Billy's question. So yes, I do, Billy. However, the other shows that I do, are actually, like I said, as you can see in this little icon here in the corner, it says Things Network. You know, Don's show is not the only show that I do. These other shows are on this network. Now, my YouTube channel, I don't really broadcast it on my YouTube channel because I know I have followers, but I don't really do a lot of like what Don does, like, you know, live streaming like games and stuff like that. Most of the stuff that I have on my YouTube channel are actually Scary Stories audiobooks, which I've shared some of them here on the show on a few occasions. So if you guys want to check out the other shows I do, as well as if you guys want to check out the other shows I do, and if you want, or if you're really looking more interested in wanting to see more of the Things Network, and if you want to, you know, explore some of the other shows that we have, what I'm actually going to do really quickly just before we get off is I actually got it ready. Actually got it ready right here. This is the YouTube channel of the Things Network. Now, we don't only just broadcast only on Things Network. I mean, on YouTube. We also, as I know you guys can't see the other destinations, we also broadcast on Facebook, obviously. Of course, like I said, YouTube, but we're also on Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn. We used to have a Vimeo account, but unfortunately Vimeo didn't really work out as good as we were hoping. So unfortunately we had to back that one out. We're also slowly but surely going to be not yet, but very soon we're eventually going to be broadcasting soon on TikTok. And also I got to check with Jeremy on this too, but we also might be on Rumble in the near future. I did also suggest at one point maybe Instagram, but I'm not sure if we're going to be on Instagram or Tumblr or any of those other ones. So we're on quite a couple other destinations. But like I was mentioning earlier, Nikki, who does Night Watchers in Australia, she's there. She told me that she definitely wants to. She wants to expand the show that she does, Night Watchers Paranormal Australia, on the network. So eventually, she's going to be joining this channel. And just very quickly, just to give a quick, just to give a little bit more detail, these are all the different shows we have here on this network. So we got different shows, and these are not just here in the United States. We got some other shows here from parts of Europe. So Nikki's show in this case will be the first one ever from Australia to join our network. So we've been around now for about a year. Right here is one of the shows that I do. This is Nick Files right here. This is what I do I do this on Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. And then the other shows, just to give more detail, is that's all. I don't know why the other shows are not on it, but that's weird. I don't know why To the Grave and Back, Supernatural Talk, and Frighteners is not on it, but I'm sure they're around somewhere. But this is where we do the majority of shows. So hopefully I was able to provide some more fascination for you for this network. So that's the network, and just go if you guys want to look more into it, go and subscribe.
Yep, subscribe. Oh, here, Billy. What was your request? Can you please post it, because been looking through my phone. I'm trying to find your request, but I don't know. I think the screenshot didn't save. Here, if you just post it on here, I'll take a picture of it. Yeah, just let me know.
It's weird that the other shows that I do are not there. I don't see, and you know what's? Oh, actually, you know what? Funny enough,
technology is just weird lately.
Actually, I'm just going to share this one more time. Funny enough, believe it or not, since I was on the main page,
right?
This is showing up though, showing that we're currently live.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to sometimes see your own show being broadcasted like that. That's oh wait, you know what? Okay, now I know what happened. It's because the reason why they didn't show the other shows, because you have to go to the live part of it. So a lot of the other shows that I showed were either pre-recorded or I guess some of them were live. I'm not sure.
Oh, here. I actually found it, Billy. Here, I got it. Yeah,
this is where all the other shows are. These are the ones I do. So yeah, like I said, Nick Files I do on Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys want to check out that show, you're most likely going to have to probably go on the Things Network Facebook page, because StreamYard, we can only broadcast to 8 destinations, and my show actually broadcasts on a multitude of different networks. And then to the Gravenback, as you can see here, for example, this one, I do this one on Thursdays. That's at 2:00 Central Time. Supernatural Talk, which is again also on Thursday. Thursday is the only show that I do 2 shows. That's at 7:00 Central Time. And then finally over here, Frighteners. That's at To the Gravenbacks, 3:00 Central Time. Then finally, Frighteners showing right here. I do that on Fridays at 2:00 Central Time, and that is about 7:00 UK time, because that's a show from the UK. So yeah. So again, if you guys want to check it out, I just gave you guys the times to watch. I mean, check out the others if you like, and they are different than this show, obviously, but it's all different things, but I still always enjoy it. A lot of people say, how can you do 5 shows? Because I got a lot of time to do it, and I love it, and I enjoy it. And also, again, there's something different in each one. So I'm not always constantly, talking about the same thing.
Right.
But Nick Miles is my actual own show that I do independently.
Nice. All right. So, yeah, that'll be it for this podcast. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time when we dive into the cult classic and the most iconic Jaws ripoff, that is Piranha. So be sure to tune in next week for that. And until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good night, everybody.
And have a great night, Lauren, too. Get some sleep. And like I said, we'll be praying for you when you have your surgery.
Yes, for sure.
So have a great night.
You're in our prayers. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.